I'm your loving, the warmth of the wind. This way I'm your loving, the warmth of the wind. This way I'm your loving, the warmth of the wind. Brings us together, tasting only pleasure like Alice in the
Yo, how's it going? Thank you, Roses, for chatting. I appreciate getting all the chats to work on the stream over here is like way harder than you would think. But yeah, thanks for pulling up, everybody. Good to see you as usual. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm going ahead and just making sure everything else is working. Got that working. Done. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, looks like it. Cool. Yo, Kill Mooney! Oh, Jaden, what up? Yeah, no worries, that's sick. I feel you on changing it to match your alias. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have like Torch2424, and then I got the Groovy Kaiju, and then I got Aviscerall. I'm a man of many names, so I feel you on that. And hi, Abby, good to see you again. Thanks for pulling up. Just gotta pull up one last thing, and we should be good to go. All right, that's up, that's working. Cool. And I'm doing good, Roses. My bad, I just saw it. Another day in the life. I went to the gym now. You know what I mean? And yo, Simply Hideo, good to see you too. My bad, I'm still catching up. It's just like, the tech today was a little interesting. But cool, I think we're good to go. I think we're chilling. So as usual, just gonna be packing some orders. And oh yes, Stream Alice is finally working on YouTube. But one thing is, if you're on Twitch, I have emotes now. So here, maybe it'll pull up on chat. It probably won't show up on chat on Instagram, my bad. But now there's I got little like animated emotes and stuff. So hopefully it'll show on YouTube too. But yeah, boom. So now you can see here, I set this up the other night where like you see the little reptars moving. You won't see it on Instagram, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a good old time. But yeah. So we're packing orders. I got lots of stuff to share today. Lots of fun stories and everything. And a Rampage, I'm glad you got the emotes working too. Little animated Radical Reptars. I'm glad that you're stoked on them. But yeah. And then we had about like, how many orders do we have today? I think we have like 11 orders or 12 orders. I'm doing all these today. So we'll see. We'll get through all of this together. Hey, yo, Super Loach. Good to see you again. Yeah, dude. Hey, that's cool. Thanks for the kind words on me streaming more. And yeah, dude, you definitely should. It's been really fun to get it all set up, and it's been really nice to see everyone and just hang out. So highly recommend streaming if you haven't tried it yet. This has been pretty cool. It's only my like 3rd stream, but all in all, like, would recommend. But yeah. And Kill Mooney, definitely gotta follow your Twitch. I accidentally hit your IG live while watching stream on Tuesday and created a Groovyception. Yeah, I think last time I was streaming, someone mentioned that like, I think your audio is doubled, and like I went back to watch the recording and it wasn't. And I think they might have like accidentally opened it on Instagram and YouTube and just thought that it was being doubled up or something. But yeah, it's been all good vibes. But so I've been thinking today about what I wanted to talk about to y'all today, and a big story is like one of the main stories I want to tell is I don't know, this is kind of like a fun fact, but I've actually been to South Africa before, for like a work trip back when I was still working at Google. And what was wild about it, my favorite story to tell from it is, you know, my I think I mentioned on stream already, but my dad is like actually like from Compton. Like we watched the Straight Outta Compton movie with NWA, like the rap group and everything. And there'd be scenes where he was like, oh yeah, I remember that club. It was like hella filled up with Bloods and stuff like that. So because of that, when I got to South Africa, like I remember Google was like, oh hey, you have to have like a private driver because it's so dangerous out there. And I was like, man, my whole family's from Compton. I'm from Reno Valley. There's no way it's that dangerous compared to out there. So you know, I end up getting like a driver, and they pull up, and like, you know, we're driving along. I'm just making small talk, and I was like, yeah, man. So, you know, after I got to know him a little bit, I was like, yeah, so like, how dangerous is it actually out here? And he was like, I don't understand what you mean. And I was like, you ever heard of NWA? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, my dad grew up there, and it was like real dangerous back then. And he was like, honestly, dog, I have no clue what you're trying to tell me, but I got stabbed a week ago. That was, what? What do you mean you got stabbed a week ago? And he was like, yeah, I was on a run, and then, you know, one thing led to another, and yeah. And I was like, why are you working right now? He was like, you know, you just walk it off. And I'm like, no, you don't, dude. You don't just walk it off. So South Africa is wild, but it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, actually. I actually would recommend that you go visit, even after that wild story. But another like good reason is yeah, I know, right? Rampage, just shake it off. Yeah, for real. He's over here playing like Call of Duty Warzone or something. You know, he had like the little like red border around him, and he was like, oh, just did the little stim and everything, called it a day. I was like, dude, that's not real life. You can't do that. But yeah, actually, it's really cool. I went to like the aquarium out there. They got hella penguins. Like another funny thing is that like South Africa has like hella like they have a whole beach called Penguin Beach, and like what's hella funny is that I was traveling with some like Dutch dude, and they were like, yeah, I heard the story was that like there was a bunch of penguins in Antarctica, and just like one season they like swam to South Africa, and they were like, you know what, the weather's a lot nicer here. Let's just how about we just hang out here? And now there's a whole beach of penguins, and they're so you can like go check them out. They're hella nice. They're all super chill. The food out there is hella good. And hey, roses, yeah, it was a wild trip, but it was super amazing. And definitely, you know, if you have the resources, you should definitely travel. It was really nice. I think the big thing traveling taught me is that like all people are the same. Everyone just wants to like go to work, you know, hang out, listen to music, play video games if that's what you're into, just vibe, hang out with family. Like every culture, I think, is just like a slightly different version of just accomplishing the simple things in life that we all want. You know what I mean? Like we all aren't that different, honestly. Like even sometimes people will swear by like, this place is so much different. I don't think so. You know what I mean? We all eat food. We all hang out. We all get crushes on people, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But another South Africa story that I wanted to mention that was like hella funny. And it wasn't like in South Africa, but my boss at the time, they brought their partner, and their partner was like, oh yeah, like here's a little story of like something I had from my childhood. Because one of my favorite things to ask people is like, what's a funny story from when you were a kid? And they were like, yeah, once when I was a kid, my parents went on vacation, and they had a family friend just, you know, watch me, but like they didn't like come to my house. They were like, hey, like, you know, like just keep an eye on the house and make sure like everything's fine. And they were having like a barbecue the next day. So after the parents left, they're like, hey, if you want to come by, come get some food. You don't have to eat just top ramen while your parents are gone. So he comes by, gets some food. He's having a good old time. He doesn't really know anyone, but he's a kid, you know, he's just trying to like, just keep an eye on him. And then for some reason, he sees a pool, and he was like, yeah, I'll go swimming. That sounds nice. And he jumps in, and he's like 7, I think. And then he realizes, wait a minute, I can't swim, and just starts drowning. So then a family friend had to jump in the pool and save him and pulled him back out. And he was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I can't swim. And he's like, why'd you jump in? And he was like, I don't know. And just left. And just left the party. So it's just like, he had, for some reason, wanted to make his family friends watching him like on hard mode. It's just, you know, and I was like, and I felt bad because to me that story is like hilarious. It's just like pure kid, like, you know, kid brain, like I don't know what I'm doing, and just doing stuff without any fear. And I laughed so hard, like the whole dinner. that to a point where it became like kind of rude. And yeah, my boss wasn't happy with me afterwards. And I was like, it was your partner. It was their story. It's not my fault. It was funny. But yeah, all my stories, I guess today are about tragic events. I'm sorry. Anyone have any funny kid stories they could type in chat? Yo, Skyer, what up? Good to see you. Thanks for popping by, dude. You're 3 for 3 right now, man. I appreciate it. That's sick. Yeah, Skyer's been at all the live streams so far, so thank you. But actually, let me talk about these orders before I get too distracted. We got one from Brian without an A, so Bryn. So shout out to them, and another from Amanda. I want to shout them out because Bryn got all 3 of my tapes, and then Amanda got all 3 of my CDs and an air freshener. So shout out to them. So let's get all these tapes together, get these all packed up, and let me get my little like TV dinner tray because that way I can talk to you while I'm doing this. I was talking to Aram about this song, Feeling Like Philly Cooley, and the thing about it, it's mostly an instrumental from another one of my songs, but trying to like sometimes make an instrumental sound like it was made originally as an instrumental, so you do a lot of the reworks and stuff to make it sound more fresh and fun. I really struggled with this one, but after talking to Aram about it, I was like, you think it's too repetitive? And he was like, no, man, you crushed it. So shout out to Aram for the feedback on that, because I was really in my head with this song when I was making it, and they helped me out a lot. All right. Yeah, so they got, oh wait, I don't know why I have the Radical Reptar and the Groovy to the Galaxy box. I should just move this while I'm here. Yeah, they got Monster Tape 0, Radical Reptar, and Groovy to the Galaxy on tape. So shout out to Bryn. Was it Bryn or was it Amanda? Yeah, it was Bryn. But yeah, so now that I got those tapes, I need a CD. But another place I've been to is Berlin, Germany, actually. That was another work trip I went to. And I don't know if y'all seen, but like, you ever see those videos that are like, food in America is so like bad for you, it's all super processed? And yeah, it totally is. You know, I'm not a food scientist, so don't listen to me, but I totally agree with that. And what was wild though, is that we just tend to use a lot more like sugar and like processed dyes and stuff like that. So in Germany, you know, Europe, they don't play like that. They're like, no, you can't just feed people junk. But then the food doesn't taste as good, you know? So the most interesting thing to me out there in the food was like everything, just like they cooked everything with like a whole stick of butter, which some people are into, but like, dude, it was like, I remember eating a hamburger and I was like, I feel like I was just eating a stick of butter, like a butter shaped, you know, when they do like the cake thing where it's like a shoe and they cut it, it's like a cake. I felt like everything I was eating was like butter shaped into like different foods. And another thing that was kind of funny too is they're like the #1 street food is called currywurst out there, and everyone's like, oh dude, it's like a sausage, you know, like German sausage, but it's cut up with a bunch of like special seasoned ketchup. And I was like, oh, I'm so stoked to try it. And then I got it, and dude, it was just a hot dog with ketchup. I was like, what? Why is it so hyped up? Like if you watch YouTube videos on like the best food in Berlin, everyone's like, yo, you gotta get currywurst. It's just a hot dog with ketchup. Like not even the bun, just the hot dog. So yeah, all right, I need a keychain, and then we're good with this order. To quote a Savage Garden song, junk food tastes so good because it's bad for you. Yeah, spitting. And Kill Mooney, yep, American Subway bread is considered a cake by law in Ireland due to sugar content. I remember reading that too. Isn't that wild, dude? That's so wild. That like it has that much sugar. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of like how much sugar is in a can of Coke, and it's like, you know, the whole can. And Pop-Tart, I'm glad you like the hot dog meme. Or not the meme, but like, yeah, it's just a hot dog. And Roses, did you go to a recommended restaurant? So like the thing, I'll be honest, I didn't go to like the #1 currywurst place because they have stands all over, because it's like the tourist thing to do is try currywurst. But I remember I went to one and it was like a pretty, like, you know, there was like a line and everything. So yeah, definitely felt like a scam. But I mean, like, it was cheap though. I'm not, to be fair, it was like $1 US dollar equivalent. So maybe scam is debatable, especially with how much food costs these days. But yeah, definitely the hype for it did not meet expectations. And Kill Mooney, hey, I'm glad you like the Aaron remix. Yeah, they crushed it, dude. When they sent it over, they were like, oh, what do you think? And I was like, dude, this is like so sick. I can't wait to play it at a show. And did somebody say Coke? Jazz to follow. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. And yes, we did say Coke. We talk about Coca-Cola. You know, this is a little PG-13. And yo, Aggro Craggle, dude, in the car, passenger if I can't hang just yet, maybe in a bit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you, dude. And yeah, big kisses to all. Thanks for all the good vibes, Aggro. Appreciate you pulling up. All right, I need bubble wrap to make sure this gets there safe. All right. Dun-dun-dun-dun. All right. Oh, that's not enough bubble wrap. I don't know why I thought I only needed that much. There we go. Yeah, packing CDs and stuff, they're so fragile. Like, I have to do all types of, like, Reddit tricks I've learned to, like, make sure they don't break in shipping. And even then, like, sometimes UPS workers just, like, RKO your package. You know what I mean? And Jess, thanks. Ah, yes, Coca-Cola. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so we got our stickers here. Gonna probably throw that inside the CD. Because what's nice, I like putting the stickers in the CD because then it's like, it's like almost like a safe container for the stickers, All right, got that done. And yeah, just want to stop by and say what up. Hope you have an amazing rest of the year. Yeah, you as well, Jess. I appreciate it. Like, for real, I super appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Simply Hideo, they see the word fragile and all logic goes out the window. Yeah, Hideo, for real. For real. Yeah, at this point, like, sometimes I don't even, like, put the fragile on there because I'm like, I've noticed it doesn't really make a difference. Like, they're just still like, yo. Yeah, I mean, but I can't really blame them. Like, I used to do, like, Uber Eats, like, not too long ago, just to, like, help float some bills here and there. And, yeah, that work is tiring. Like, just running up and down all these different, like, stairs and stuff like that. Like, I would get exhausted too. So as much as I'm like, bro, really? I'm also like, I see, I get it. It's not easy work. It's very, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know I just be throwing stuff around sometimes too. And yo, thanks for all the fire emojis. All right, so what else happened in Germany? I went skating out there. That was really cool. Because if you look up like skateboarding videos on like all the best European skate countries, like I think Berlin's number 2 after Barcelona. So that was a lot of fun. I remember too, I bought a board and so I bought a board because, well, not even because, but I bought a board. I was skating around, it was super sick. But what was hella funny is I had a buddy named Adam who was also there on the trip, and he had a little penny board. It's one of those like mini plastic skateboards. And I remember he was like, hey man, yeah, you could just step on it, like ride around it a little bit. And we were just like waiting to get hamburgers or something. And I was like, I could do an ollie on this. And before I even like did the ollie, just the weight of me like going, like crouching, snapped his tail. And I was like, oh no. And he was like, like a coworker that was like a supervisor to me technically on this work trip. And I was like, dude, it's over, I'm fired. This is it. You know what I mean? So thankfully I was gonna buy a board anyways, and I bought him like a brand new, like honestly, a board that was like 20 billion times better than the one that he had, penny board. And he was like, yeah man, I'm not even tripping, like don't worry about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, I bought a whole setup out there, and Germany is a hella good skate destination. And what was really nice is that I ended up making like a friend who was like from the Congo, but somehow lived in Germany. And I ended up giving him the board at the end of the trip. Just I happened to run into him like multiple times in the trip. Cause just sometimes that's how people are, just kind of like, there's like a weird reason why, but you just, sometimes people just kind of orbit in your life, and they were one of them dudes. So when I saw him like the last time, or before I, left to go home one last time, gave him my deck, and he was like, hey bro, mad respect. So yeah, Berlin's also really cool. Oh, The other funny thing is too, is that I was on the train and there was some girl that was like, you know, like, cause American culture gets so like spread across the world. There was a girl that had like, you know, the red Supreme box logo on her shirt, and she was walking through the train system, and I read it. Instead of saying Supreme, it said surprise. I was like, yo, surprise, it's not a Supreme shirt. You know what I mean? And that kills me to this day. All right, so we got our stickers. Gave Bryn a bunch of stickers to say thank you on top of the stickers they ordered, and a keychain. I think we're good with this one. But yeah, everyone getting off of work. I know it's about getting off of work time on the West Coast on a Thursday. And once I fold this, I got plenty of things to share. Aw, sick. Yeah, so what I do, I don't know if you can tell through the camera, but I like, it's so much bubble wrap, talking about fragile stuff. I'm just trying to get it all to fit. And then on top of that, we're gonna add some cardboard too, just to really make sure. Yeah, Rose, this is the best shirt I've heard of. I want one now. I'm sure you can get one for cheap, because you know what I mean? Yeah, joke shirts are hella fun. I'm sure you can find one on like Etsy or something. That or like, you know, maybe we gotta go into business. Maybe we gotta make it the surprise, the knockoff funny brand shirts. I'm looking for, oh yeah, a little bit of bubble wrap to wrap up this keychain so it doesn't wrap up around. But yeah, I had another thing about Germany. Oh, another thing that happened in Germany. I didn't even write this down. So at some point, one of my favorite things to do, so pro tip, anyone who ever wants to travel ever, the best thing you should do if you ever want to travel is try Mexican food in every country you visit. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes you're surprised in a good way, and sometimes you're surprised in like, what? In Germany, dude, I got a burrito, and it was a burrito, right? And they use like minced meat with like ketchup, like as like the carne, like, you know, like the ground beef, like it was like minced meat with like ketchup or something. It was, and then the burrito was open on both ends. So it wasn't technically a burrito, it was a taquito, you know what I mean? But just like not fried. They just like rolled it up. It didn't actually like fold it or anything. It was just, whoop, and that was the burrito. And I was like, yo. And the whole time I was eating it, and I was like, and I was with like a coworker, the homie, and she was like, we and her were just like, this is the worst food I think I've ever had in my life. Like the worst Mexican food I've ever had in my life. And like, I think the server heard us and came by and was like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, it's great. It's great. Don't worry about it. As soon as she left, I was like, how was it open on both ends? You know what I mean? And like, the thing that like really got me is that like, that means the chef never once Googled what a burrito was. Like they've never seen an actual burrito if they thought that was what a burrito, like they never even was like, oh, let me just make sure what I'm making is right. You know what I mean? So, but speaking of South Africa, I think the best ceviche I've ever had, like the shrimp lime dish, was in South Africa. Like tacos and, you know, tortilla chips, nah. But the ceviche, I was like, wow, they kind of cooking with this one, like literally. So yeah. All right, Skyer, if European cooking shows are anything to go by, I should avoid Mexican food in the UK. Yeah, that's a dangerous one. But like, you're not, yes, you should. In terms of like eating the food, I agree with you, Skyer, but it's more for the novelty. Like I have so many pictures of this one German burrito like backed up on my phone, because I'm just like, I can't believe this happened. And the restaurant had like 4.9 stars. Like it was like highly rated. Like everyone in the Google review comments, either in German or in English, like, you know, the auto translate, were like, I love this place. The Mexican food is so good. And I was like, dude, what? Oh man, it's, yeah. So, I mean, and that's the thing, it's not for the food, it's for times like this, when we're just kicking it, packing some orders. We can now reminisce on this really crazy burrito, you know what I mean? Just moments like that, that's what makes life worth living, right? It's just times like that. You're like, what is going on, dude? But yeah, Germany is pretty cool. Oh, and the graffiti out there is hella sick. Would recommend that. Like, I mean, not like doing graffiti, but like just to check it out. Cause I'm a big like, is this graffiti hand? No, this is Highway Zero. Cause I love like graffiti art or just like street art in general. And like after traveling a bunch, I think Berlin is like top tier. I think like my personal favorite is like LA street art is like always gonna have my heart. That's where I'm from. But like Berlin street art, hey, they know what they're doing out there. I'm not gonna lie. They can't make burritos, but they sure can use a spray can, let me tell you. Roses, I've been curious about what other places did with Mexican food. Japan has a taco truck that did it right because the chef went to Mexico for a bit. Yeah, that's one thing that I regret about when I did visit Japan is I forgot to get Mexican food because I hella wanted to try it. But yeah, like I know they don't play about like, you know, they actually try to go to the source to figure out what they're doing. And Roses says, I forgot the details, but it's memorable over their experience. That's sick. That's sick. Yeah. All right, well, when I get back out there, I'm gonna try it. Because I know one place I did see I took pictures of was a place called Eduardo y Gomez. Because one of my like super close homies, their last name is Gomez. So I was like, yo, I'm about to go to your Mexican food place in Japan. And they're like, you know, just joking around, but yeah, next time I'm in Japan, I'm definitely trying the Mexican food. Thank you, Roses. Especially if it was memorable. And Ovu, you love, I think you were here last time, no? Thanks for stopping by. Or if not, either way, thanks for stopping by. Tell me more, I'm going to Japan in January. Yeah, Japan was super sick. I feel like everyone has like all kinds of fun Japan stories. What was my favorite thing that happened in Japan? Well, the number one, since we're already talking about food, the thing about Japan food, everyone's like, oh my God, it's so good. And I agree, but the thing is, my hot take, I guess, on Japan food is that it's not necessarily like the ceiling of like the quality of food is higher. It's like you just can't eat, like there is no bad food. You know what I mean? Like you can walk around like New York or LA, just walk into somewhere and probably die from what you ate. You know what I mean? But in Japan, I'm pretty sure if you drank gutter water, you'd be like, damn, this water's the best water I ever drank in my life. You know what I mean? Like there is no bad food out there. In my experience, from everything I tried, even just walking into random places, because you know I didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, so honestly, everything you could try, hella good. Japanese pancakes are hella dope. The Kombini's food is like super amazing. Like the Kombini food is so good that I went to go buy like a skewer of something, and they were trying to speak to me in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, but I was just like, thank you. You know what I mean? I know how to like huge Japanese, but I just like grabbed it nicely from the person, and they were like, okay. And then like I started eating it, and I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I look over, and someone else orders the same skewer, and then she cooks it for them, and I was like, oh, I might have just eaten like a raw skewer, but it was still so good. I didn't get sick, so I was like, whoa. So yeah, just eat food out there. That's all I could say is just put a budget aside to just eating whatever food you want, because it's totally worth it, especially with the exchange rate right now. You'll be good to go. And Hideo, I want to try the super fluffy pancakes. Yeah, they are the hype. The way they get them so fluffy though is, if I'm not mistaken, they add like a ton of eggs. So they are hella good, but they are very eggy, which I didn't expect. So just a pro tip there. So if you're not an egg person, you might not like them, but I like egg, so it's super dope. But I had some friends that are like, I don't like eggs. So when they were talking to me about it, I was like, just a forewarning, you gotta really like eggs. And facts, the food in Japan was the best. Smooth purator. Smooth zero purator. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm glad that you agree with Japan food being the best. And Roses, the taco truck is named Tacos Three Hermanos, but Japan is the place I'd love to go first if I travel. Yeah, definitely. Especially if if the stars align for you, the sooner the better, I think, because the exchange rate right now is like really in your favor. When I went, it was like, dang, dude, like, I think our dollar was slightly weaker than 100 yen. So like going to the arcade was like, dang, every play at the arcade was like $1.20. I was like, oh man. But now it's like you can go and like have a blast. But I'm gonna add tacos three hermanos on my Google Maps because I have all my pins from Japan still. All right, zooming over here to Japan, Tokyo area. hopefully. Oh, I found. Oh, it even popped up on the auto suggestion. Oh, it's in Harajuku. Okay. Oh, it looks hella good. Want to go. Recommended by Roses on stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Simply Hideo, yeah, that sounds pretty good to know. I'm still down. Hey, that's what's up. Glad you're still down. And Smooth Curator, do it. You won't regret it. Yeah, that going to Japan was something I don't think I would ever regret. It was an amazing time. Okay, so we got Bryn's package going, and we just gotta print a label for it. And we're good to go. Let me get it all zipped up. All right. Yeah, I love these bubble mailers though, because they like stick automatically and stuff. All right, cool. We gotta print out a label for Bryn. Roses. The worst part was I had to pass a Japan trip over being busy. My siblings went. Oh, it's a bummer. Yeah, it's life sometimes. I've missed a couple trips because of like just life getting in the way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of the last trip I had to miss because of life. Okay, let me get through this while I think about that. Do I have any more Japan stories? I said it last stream where I talked about how I met like a bunch of skaters in Japan, and that was super sick because we like kind of communicated through the fact that we could both skate. So that was a good time. I'm printing out Bryn's package. My bad, y'all. All right, Bryn. I gotta weigh it. Oh yeah. And this song is playing, "Sweet Life" by Aviscerall, aka me. I made this, speaking of trips, when I was on a trip to Portland, and like, you know, getting work trips. I was in some like wild hotel, and not like wild, but it was like you know, a very like hipster of Portland hotel. It's like, whoa, look at us, we're a hotel, but we're upside down or something like that. I don't know. But what was wild is that, you know, when Looney Tunes, when Bugs Bunny's taking a bath, he's like la di di la di di da, and he has like the thing. Like they had one of those tubs, and I was like, oh shit, they got a Bugs Bunny bath in here. That's what makes it quirky. Text full. Hey man, I'm drawing right now. Hey, that's sick. Like doing your own art. That's dope. And what's your YouTube? So it's kind of goofy, but it's Oceanfront online. Like you go to the Oceanfront, and we're online. So if you look that up on YouTube, it should pop up. Or to try on Instagram, the link's in my bio. If you go to Groovy Kaiju, and then there should be a live stream section with just a link to the YouTube. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you again. Hope you're doing good. Having fun drawing. All right. No. Okay, no, we're good. You know when you click something and you say it fast enough and like you save it? I almost accidentally ordered the wrong thing. And you're welcome, Kekshrek Fool. All right, we're getting various merch, and it's 14 ounces. Ooh-doo-doo. 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 All right. So, what else? What else did I want to tell you today? All right. I only got like I'm sorry I'm talking so much about food, but I had a bunch of food stories today. Oh my god. So yesterday I went to one of those Korean barbecue hot pot fusion restaurants for just, you know, for a birthday. And what's it called? What was really interesting is that the server, they were like Korean, but they had like a Russian accent when they spoke English. So I was like, I wonder what her story is where she's Korean but has a Russian accent. And hey, Shrek, I'm glad you made it. Yeah, I think your YouTube name's the same, so what's up? Thanks for hopping over to YouTube. But I don't want to be offensive and try to do a Korean-Russian mixed accent, but I'm sure you can use your imagination to see. The whole time I was like, does she have a Russian accent? Yeah, I mean, this is cool. But that's one. And then speaking of like cultures mixing, oh man, I'm on it with the transitions with these stories. That's sick. So a place out here in Phoenix that my buddy put me on, it's called Chino Mex. Oh, I almost dropped it. It's called Chino Mex, and it's a Chinese food, Mexican food fusion place. And so like, for example, they have like carne asada broccoli. So rather than beef and broccoli, it's carne asada. And like, it is so good. Like that's the only real like fusion thing, but the rest of the spices are like super stick. Like, you know, they just use a lot of Mexican spices. And it's hella good. But what's hella funny about it is, I'll tell you right now, I am Catman. That's sick, you're a Catman. I got 2 cats. I'm a Catman too. But I'm glad to hear you're loving the CD. Thank you so much for getting it. I really appreciate it. And Zaku, the Korean Russian server could have been from Kazakhstan. Yeah, probably. Because I know, yeah, there is that like sliver of like where you're like maybe in Russia, maybe in Asia. And I think Kazakhstan's like one of them. Like if you look on a map, I don't know, I'm American. My geography is all goofy. But yeah, so the thing about Cheeto Mix is that my buddy put me onto it, and it was like they were like, you know, it's okay. But I was like, what do you mean it's okay? It's super good. So the same buddy recently got like a new girlfriend, and what was funny is she was like, oh yeah, he's been taking me out to all these nice restaurants and stuff. And I was like, yo, did he take you to Cheeto Mex yet? It's so good. And she was like, no, you haven't. And he was like, it's not that good. Like, it's not one of my favorite places. And they got into a little bit of a bicker. I was like, wow, how come you haven't taken me yet? I was like, oh. But yeah, what's even more wild too is that like, you know, it's a Chinese Mexican food place fusion, but the dude is also like practicing Islam, if I'm not mistaken. So all the food is halal. So it's like this interesting mix of like, you know, like halal food that it's Chinese inspired, but also Mexican fusion. So like, yeah, I don't know. Would recommend if you're ever in the Phoenix area, check it out. And it's by like this whole like Asian center, like well Asian food center. Like there's like a Tezos and all that. So it's a good time. And hey, I'm glad. Yeah, Rose, it's super cool. All right, I got this signed. I really gotta get faster packing these orders. It's been 40 minutes and we got one order done. But I just always try to make it so special. You know what I mean? We got Bryn some extra stickers. It was a good time. And it's super safe. We put some cardboard in there and some extra bubble wrap. So they can't like choke slam the package. You know what I mean? It's still not break these CDs, hopefully. Vato Zach. Hey, what's up, Vato Zach? Yeah, is that where you're from? AZ? Much of my family's from Yuma, small world. Yeah, so I'm from technically Moreno Valley, which is like kind of like in between like Phoenix and LA. But I'm from Moreno Valley, moved to Long Beach for college, and I've been living in Long Beach, LA. I lived in Seattle for a summer, and then I lived in San Jose for a year. So Seattle and Washington, San Jose for a summer was like NorCal, and then now I'm in Phoenix. So if I had to say, I guess I'm technically most from Moreno Valley. That's where I lived most of my life. But when people ask, like, whenever I'm traveling, I'm usually like, I'm from LA. You know, I mean, I'm from Long Beach. So yeah. But so Phoenix is like a new thing for me. I've been out here for almost a year now. So yeah. I think you're from Yuma though. I'm still trying to travel. I don't think I've been to Yuma yet, but I've been bouncing around all the different cities. I really want to visit Tucson. And everyone's like, why do you want to visit Tucson? But I'm like, it's, you know, somewhere to go. Tucson looks cool. I get Instagram reels sometimes that are like, this new thing in Tucson. And I'm like, I want to check it out. I never been. All right, so now we're doing Amanda's order. I got to pack it fat for Amanda too, because if I'm not mistaken, Amanda also like donated, well, not donated, but, you know, paid, you know, it's all pay your own price. So Amanda gave like a really generous pay your own price. So I'm gonna hook it up for her. All right, we got all 3 Radical Reptar, Groovy the Galaxy, Ammo Shape 0. And Kekshrek says, oh shit, you're in Arizona right now? It's one of my favorite states. Yeah, I'm in Phoenix. I've been living out here for 9 months, since February. But I've been like passing through here a bunch. But yeah, I'm stoked on it. That's sick. That's also one of your favorite states too. Yeah, it's pretty cool out here. I like that it's like, I don't know, it really reminds me of my hometown, Moreno Valley, but like there's just more stuff to do. Which Phoenix doesn't have a ton of stuff to do, but like compared to my hometown, it's like way, way more. Vato Zach, Long Beach is a wild spot. Got fam there too. Yeah, dude. I love Long Beach so much. Like, if I had like infinite retire money one day, I would probably retire in Long Beach. Like the weather's always like super nice. And like the thing about Long Beach is that it's like the biggest small town. Like it's the population's like 500,000, but if you live in Long Beach, you're like, I feel like I know everybody in Long Beach. Like we all got that same like Long Beach vibe. It's all very down to earth. I don't know. And the food in Long Beach is so good. Like as someone who's traveled, I think like 4 out of the 7 continents, so more than half of the continents, Long Beach food is still top tier. It's so good. Yeah. All right, we're gonna give Amanda an extra air freshener because they did like a big pay your own price, which we appreciate. And we'll fill this up with stickers. And yo, what up, poopy head? Your name is still so funny. Dude, thanks for rolling back through. I appreciate it. How you doing? And Vato Zach, yes, lots of respectful relationships between the locals and Long Beach. Yeah, for real, dude. Yeah, you know what's up. Like I remember just going to like house parties all the time, like house shows and stuff. My buddy used to be in a band called Bathala. And they're still technically in a band called Bathala, but now they go by Reef Ladakla, the homie Elvin, and just hanging out with him. And like, yeah, every house show I'd go to, it was like all in the same vibes. Yeah, and I remember once when I was still working at Google, we had like an intern that was from Long Beach, and I was like, yo, you're from Long Beach? And like, it was like we were best friends already. You know what I mean? Like just the fact that we were both from Long Beach, just instantly understood one another. So yeah. Kekstrek, back when my Nana was alive, she'd migrate to Arizona and we came to visit her, which was a great visit. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, you know, my condolences for your Nana. But that's super. I'm so glad y'all had a great time when you visited out here. It is a really cool place. You know what I mean? Like, especially like the scenery. Like, I remember I saw this Instagram reel recently of like a nature influencer, for lack of better words. And they were like, how is the sky so big out here? And yeah, sometimes I get caught just like driving down the road like, damn, you really like the sky is like, like when you go to a website and there's like a giant video when you first load in, like that's the sky in Arizona. It's like, when you step outside, it's like, there's a giant like video. I don't know, it's such a weird way to think of your vision, but like, it's like hero image, like giant video and then everything else. You know what I mean? But yeah. And oh, what? Didn't think there was more than one Elvin? Yeah, I guess it's it's a name. People have got it. What's up, Bish Vargas? Bish Vargas? My bad. That sounded rude, but yeah, dude. That's like y'all got a Elvin in Salem, Oregon. What's wild is I was telling a story last time that my partner was reminding me of. Is that there's a buddy I have named Dolphin. Like that's his actual name on his birth certificate is Dolphin. And what was wild is I went to like a roller skating shop out here in back out in LA, and there was some guy that was like, yeah, like some my friend named Dolphin, and I was like, oh, because my friend Dolphin also rollerbladed, and I was like, yo, man, Dolphin, like all the way in like Manhattan, New York, and he was like, nah, like no, Dolphin's not from New York, I don't think. And we looked it up, and we both had friends like that were actually named Dolphin. Like, you know what I mean? So, yo, A-OK, dude, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for popping up. Big E, Bij Vargas, that's what's up. Rampage. Yeah, I know, Big Elvin. Yeah, dude, my Elvin, dude, he is ripped too. Like, he's always like, I need to get some gym tips from him because he got some muscles, dude. He's Big E for sure. But Rampage, just wanted to shout out a really cool record shop I found in Long Beach, close to downtown, little corner shop. Had almost their whole collection as City Pop. A whole collection as City Pop. Coming from the Bay Area, I was really stoked to see this. Oh, was it Boogie Maru? Zaku, if you're still in here, help out Rampage. I'm sure you know it, right? Or was it Toxic Toast? It might have been Toxic Toast. But yeah, thankfully we got some pretty sick City Pop in LA. And from my buddy, my buddy Jerry, he runs a Come Along Radio, which is like a City Pop interview analysis YouTube show. A lot of City Pop was recorded in LA, so because of that, we kind of have this little tiny, but like there is an interesting connection between LA and City Pop. You know, if Zaku's still here, not that he has to type it all, but yeah, if you're ever in the area, I'm sure you'd go to like a Tune in Tokyo show. They could like just break down every single like liner notes of like who was in LA at the time. So yeah, we got a little bit of the City Pop thing going on in Long Beach for sure. LA, Long Beach. But AOK says, yes sir, happy to see you again. You keeping safe? Yeah dude, try my best to. Doing like going on walks and stuff, getting some sunlight. That's been a big thing for me, is I think because I've been trapped in my fungin too much, I've been trying to get out, go to the gym more, get some more sunlight on me. It's been helping a little bit. So thanks for asking. How about, I hope you're keeping safe too, AOK, let me know. Rosa says, whoa, I love City Pop. I'd love to collect some CDs of those one day. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I love my, yes, you definitely should. I have some City Pop CDs. And because of the whole exchange rate thing I was mentioning, you can kind of get City Pop CDs for a little bit cheaper than it used to be, but they have all kinds of like, you know, you buy them, like there's a service where someone will go in Japan, buy the CDs from you from like Tower Records or whatever, and then ship it to you on like their behalf. There's a bunch of them that do it, but I know when I was using Discogs, there's a whole like, you know, a lot of the sellers essentially just do that for you. So yeah, I got For You by Tatsudo Yamashita, if I said his name right, through that service. And I have, who else? Takeo Inuki's album, where she's in front of the window and she's doing this. You know what I mean? I forgot the name of it. But yeah, I highly recommend it. And Baij Vargas, Aviscerall, your other handle? Yeah. So I know it's kind of goofy, but I was 16. Or not 16, I was, I think I was might be 18. I was doing Aviscerall first, and then I started Groovy Kaiju afterwards, and I did them separate because one, I was like, you know, I feel like they were different enough that I should separate them. And now I'm kind of like, they're so similar that it's like, I don't even know why I did that. But it was also like a bad inside joke to myself of like, what if people find out one day that like I collaborated with myself? They're like, whoa, she's both Aviscerall and Groovy Kaiju? What? And it's like, no, I should have done that. It's like a bad joke. But yeah, so my Aviscerall stuff is a lot more chill. And it's just like, it's a lot more, like they're both jazzy, but like a different kind of jazzy. Oh, check it out. You might like it. So yeah, appreciate it, Vargas. And K gets the name. K gets the name. I like that. I love your music. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Glad you're loving the tunes. And A-OK, I heard that Middle Georgia had a cold spell earlier this week, but now it's back to 60s, 70s. Ooh, dude, you're chilling. Like literally temperature chilling. Yeah, 60s and 70s sounds like hella good vibes. All right, what do we put in here real quick? Let me use my brain for 1 second to, all right, give Amanda some stickers. Sick. Boom, boom, boom. Did it up for her. And love that. Vargas, love that man. Tommy Newport used to be Millmine, and it's all good stuff. Thank you. That's cool. I'm trying to figure out what Millmine is. That or I can't read. I'll be goofing up. Tommy Newport. Why does that sound familiar? Vargas, help me out. My bad if I'm missing out on something. Or did I lose the context of what we were talking about? Oh, I see. Yes. So Tommy Newport has multiple aliases. Oh, I have to look him up. Oh, I have to look it up. Yeah, I record all the VODs, so I'll look up Tommy Newport and Millmine to see what their whole like double alias thing is going. Thank you, Vargas. I appreciate it. And Keck Shrek, I remember when you were Groovy Godzilla, dude. I know, man. Thanks for being around for that long. I appreciate it, dude. That's a minute, dude. Dude. Thank you so much for listening for that long. That's sick. But yeah, I ended up changing my name to Groovy Kaiju because when I started working with Pacific Closet Records back in the day, I don't know, I've always been kind of afraid. Like I started the Groovy Godzilla thing because I never expected Groovy Kaiju to like become what it is. Like I never thought that I would be here talking to you and packing this many orders like on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Which I'm super thankful for. So because of that, I was like, I'll just make like a fun name. It'll be fun. It's all just for good vibes. And then, here we are. So I was always like afraid, like, oh no, like it's like Toho from Godzilla ever gonna like want to come after me or something. Which thankfully hasn't happened. And I've kind of like, changed my name to Groovy Kaiju to take the steps to kind of like avoid that. But so that's the reason why I changed my name. But yeah, I mean, all the OGs know Groovy Godzilla. The alliteration is just like you know, perfect. And shouts out to NetNavi for giving me that name early on. And Vargas, music artist, yes, trying to put y'all on. Thank you. Yeah, put us on, dude. Like for real. Someone told me about, I think their name is Sampra, and I added them. I have like a, you know how YouTube has watch later? On my Spotify, I made a playlist called Listen Later. And whenever I get recommended music, I always throw it on there just to see what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and find Tommy Newport, put on my Listen Later. Or I might just look up YouTube videos too, because I kind of want to see how they do their visual direction for their different aliases. So yeah, thank you. All right. And we need some cardboard to put these air fresheners in for Amanda. All right. And check, I always thought it was copyright. Yeah, it was always because of copyright. Otherwise, I'd still be Groovy Godzilla. But again, they never like ever chased me down for anything. I just kind of like wanted to, you know, do it sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? I'd rather do it on my when I want to do it rather than when they're like, hey, you have to do it. You know what I mean? Because one would suck a lot less. All right, now I just need to cut this cardboard. Groovy Kaiju. Yeah, that'd be funny. Try that out, Vargas. And Rampage says, found it, had to look it up since I know I'll be back, but it looks like the shop is called Toxic Toast. Sick, Rampage, yeah. I have a bunch of buddies that like are homies or know the Toxic Toast guy. I think I was there for a buddy's birthday party. I was there for a buddy's birthday party. But yeah, it's a cool place. Definitely, you know, if you're ever in the area again, like, yeah, I mean, you know it already, but anyone watching, yeah, check it out. Get some City Pop records, dude. Simply Hideo, you love this song? Hey, thank you, dude. Yeah, what's funny, if I may, it's, so one thing I've said on stream a couple times is that sometimes songs you listen to aren't always the ones that like you necessarily want to hear at a show, which is, you wouldn't think, but as an artist, it's something that I've like learned over time. And this song is really hit or miss at shows, because sometimes I'll play at a show and everyone's just like, you know, it's a good time. And then sometimes people are like, you know, I kind of want to hear some city pop, like proper city pop. So it depends on the day. But last time I played, like literally the last show I played, or not like the last, but the one I most recently played, someone I like, it came up, they were super sick, and they were like, oh yeah, like, are you gonna play Senorita tonight? And I was like, hell yeah. Or I was like, oh, actually no, I actually wasn't. And I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, like I can if you want me to. And they were like, yeah, like that wasn't in your set list originally? Like, how could you? And I was like, oh, well, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. But yeah, I love Senorita too. Every time it comes on, I'm like, hell yeah. This is me. But I'm sorry, I totally rambled. Rose's favorite song showed up. Hey, I'm like talking about it. I'm glad it's your favorite too, Roses. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love whenever this comes on, I'm always like, my day gets a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? I promise I'm not just saying that. I promise I'm not just saying that. I'm just keeping it real. All right, what else is going on? Prince Motorola, the legend, dude. How come you gotta stream when I'm at work? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm streaming on Sundays though. So what's it called? If you're free on Sunday, I'll be streaming. Not at the exact same time. For Sundays, I'm gonna do 6 p.m. Cause you know everyone, you know, people be trying to like hang out with friends and family and stuff. So I want to do a little like end of the day stream. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're free Sunday, dude, pull up. I'd be stoked to chat with you. One thing is, I know I owe you like the how I ran Crystal like PowerPoint presentation. I think what I'm gonna do is rather than, cause you know, I'm always like, oh, like I told you a bunch of times, I want to like really sit down and for real write up like a whole like my thoughts on how to do it and not, like do it justice. But I think I might meet you halfway and just one time on stream just ramble about how to run your own live show, and then you know you could take or leave whatever you want from it. Just, you know what I mean? But yeah, A-OK, damn, it's a blur. I think I've been vibing your music and EP since COVID season when I first started listening to lo-fi. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, dude, COVID for lo-fi was wild. Those are some wild days, dude. I think a lot of people got into like my music, but also just like lo-fi in general back then. Like, you know what I mean? But dude, thanks for listening for that long. I know it's been 5 years, dude. Isn't that wild? Well, I guess 5 years since it first started and it became like a big outbreak out in the US. But yeah, It's wild, dude. It's been some of the wildest 5 years of my life. I'm not even gonna lie. When I think back about it, it's been interesting to say the least. Yeah, shout out to Amanda over here supporting with all the CDs and hella pay your own price and the air fresheners. Hopefully she's stoked on this. And Saku ran into the owner in Japan last April. It's super cool. Go shop at Toxic Toast. Oh, that's sick. You ran into him. Yeah. Yeah, I heard they're a cool dude. That's what's up, dude. That's funny too that you ran into him in Japan. I have like, when I was in Japan too, funnily enough, there was like a friend of mine back when I lived in San Jose that I was in Japan and they didn't tell me they were going to Japan, but I just saw them on the train and I was like, I was like, either they have a Japanese doppelganger, even though they weren't Japanese, like they just, you know what I mean? Like someone who looks exactly like them that lives in Japan, or it is them. So I did one of those, like, you're walking through the train, you're just like, their name was Deepti, so I was just like, Deepti. And they looked over and I was like, oh shit, it's really you. And I was like, what are you doing out here? So it's funny how like you can be in like a completely foreign country and like just still run into the homies from back home. But I'm catching up on Poopy Head. How's it been packing all these orders? This is number 2 and it's been like an hour, so we got 12 of them. So we're getting through it, but I'm having a good time. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I gotta weigh this one too. But yeah, I've been having a blast, dude. Thanks for pulling up. AOK says unreleased songs can be a hidden gem that either the world would love or would be judgy but low-key like it. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, sometimes I feel like songs are unreleased for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, not every song is meant to, not every song really is meant to be out there like that. Sometimes I'm a big fan of when people release their like EPs of like unreleased stuff, but like for example, Zach Vieri did a really good like just dump of all their unreleased stuff. Mac DeMarco does like a lot of really cool dumps of all their unreleased stuff. But like sometimes when like it's like posthumously when they like drop an artist's like estate will drop all the unreleased music, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that could have stayed unreleased actually. I mean, not to like disparage anyone's legacy, but like, yeah, I mean, like they didn't unrelease it for a reason. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's kind of hidden, because they were like, nah, I don't know about this one. You know what I mean? All right, sick. So Amanda's package is about 14 ounces. Just give us some breathing room. Sick. All right, Prince Marola, Lamau, bet I'm down for the tips. Sick. Zaku and Prince Marola catching up. AOK the King. About 5 years before VTech was a single. Oh, about 5 years before VTech was a single, before you put it on the album. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when VTech dropped, that was a good day, dude. That was an awesome day. I'm good. Thanks again for listening for that long. I appreciate it, dog. Okay, we're printing this out. Shit, kicking it at home. Prince and Zaku catching up. Yeah, Prince, Zaku, and I are all from the same like LA vaporwave, future funk, city pop, internet music, dance scene. We're all super homies. So shouts out to them for pulling up and being awesome. Yeah, both Zaku and Prince Motorola run shows. Their names are the same on Instagram, so give them a follow, dude. Keg Shark says, one of my favorite parts of listening to the CD is the 1-2 punch of You Will See and Moments of Magic and Monster Tape Zero. Listening to them back to back is such a great combo. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I meant to mention this. My favorite. So, if you ever catch me on Instagram commenting to people and stuff, everyone's usually like, Final Boss Theme is my favorite. Never Ending Day is my favorite. And I've said before, my favorite kind of changes day to day. But if you were to like, put a gun to my head and they're like, what's your absolute, you can only pick one favorite song from Monster Tape Zero, I think it's Moments of Magic. And I know, I don't know if it's a hot take, but it's just because it's so weird. I don't know, I'm like really stoked because the lyrics are dope, and like my one of my favorite things that like, not to like gas myself up, but like something I'm like stoked on that just kind of happened. And this is maybe also, probably should bring it up, but no, Kanye West made Through the Wire. But it's actually a sample of I think not Diana Ross, maybe Stephanie Mills' song called Through the Fire, or maybe Shaka Khan. but it's called Through the Fire. But just through the way they mixed and mastered it, it sounds like Through the Wire, which makes sense in the context of the song. What I love about Moments of Magic is that the song says, you move me every time. So like move as in like you move me every time. But the way the sidechain hits, it sounds like you groove me every time. And I'm like, yo, I changed the lyrics just off the mixing. I was like, ah. I'm sorry. So yeah, Check, you got me hyped. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. But yeah, A-OK agreed. Simply Hideo. That's not ridiculous to say. Lamau. I don't know, man. I'm always, I don't know why, but I always feel like I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I never say the wrong thing, but not gonna say never, but I don't know why I'm so cautious of my speech. That's something like Loki. I was talking to a friend about. They were like, you gotta stop saying if it's okay. Just say it. Or like, stop saying it's like a bad thing to say. Just say it. Actually, Zaku says that to me all the time. Whenever we hang out IRL, they're always like, dude. I'll be like, hey Zaku, could I? You know, I'm sorry if this is offensive or something. He's like, dude, just say it. I don't care. You know what I mean? And it'll be like the nicest thing ever. And he's like, why would you even hesitate to say that? But Kill Mooney, Skrillex did a big album of unreleased tracks and some other stuff this year, and it was so nostalgic. That's what's up. I'll have to check it out. That's another thing. When I go rewatch this, I'm gonna check out, because yeah, low-key, I got that like dubstep nostalgia for sure. If that's what Skrillex unreleased. Yeah, Skrillex is still kind of pumping out bangers. The newest album, the Skrillex You're Not Andrew Warhol thing, the album was slapping. Poopy Head, I forgot. I listened to Monster Zero today. Never Ending Dandy is for sure my favorite. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I made that the lead song because everyone tells me that's their favorite, and I'm glad yours too. Yeah, when I was making it, I know I just said Most Magic my favorite, but when I was making it, I was like, sometimes you're working on a song, like when I was working on VTech too, when it was only halfway done, I was like, this is it, dude. This is one of them ones. Sometimes you could just tell, like, oh, it's over. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, and hey, Zaku, thank you for confirming the fact that I'm always like, it's okay if I say this, and you're always like, just say it. Check Shrek. Oh my god, that's so awesome. I didn't know that. Most Tape Zero has the highest highs I've seen from your albums I've heard. Hey, thank you very much, Check Shrek. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah. The funny thing is, too, Most Tape Zero was kind of like an album I just threw together, but I think I threw it together at like, sometimes like, I don't know if you're into like divine timing or manifestation or all those other things, but I feel like that one's kind of like everything was right. And I think the reason why I made it too was because I started my like fan club at the time, like Kaiju Club, which eventually became the Monster Kingdom. But because I think I was making it from a place of like, let me make this for like people who really support and like my stuff. That was like the intention of making the album. I think it just came out so much better because of that. You know what I mean? So yeah. So thank you, Kektrick. I appreciate it, man. Or woman, or they, whatever. You know what I mean? But either way, I appreciate it. Hey, okay, if you made a new mix and it was featuring your favorite video game, what would the compilation be? Oh, like a new, like a music mix, or like a mix of like a playlist, or like in general, okay. Simply Hideo, yes sir, take my money. But yeah, I'll wait for AOK to respond, because now I'm like trying to think of like all the different ways the video game could be mixed in. Or like sampled. Yes, music mix? Okay, so my bad to ask again. So when it comes to music mix, do you mean like a playlist of my favorite video game soundtracks? Or like if I were to sample a video game, which one would I sample? Because I gotta, yeah, for sampling at least, one thing I really want to do is I want to figure out one day how to make Gourmet Race from Kirby into like a really sick like song to play at the club. Because people play Simple and Clean. There's another like video game song that like goes off in the club, but I really want the dun, 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 dun. Like I want to figure out how to make that like sound more like soulful and dancey. Let's go for the playlist mix. All right, let me catch up real quick. I got you the playlist mix, well, so I can think about it. Kill Mooney, yep, the Andy Warhol stuff. Should have specified. I wish I had a good dance scene close, but I'm in Kentucky. If I'm not mistaken, you should look into Young Shiro on Instagram. Like I think it's YUNGSHIRO. If you like my stuff, Young Shiro is like a vaporwave. Like they do like all kinds of music like this, and they play shows. And I'm not mistaken, they live in Kentucky right now, so you can give them a follow. And I'm sure whenever they post a show in Kentucky, pull up. And if you like Luxury Elite by any chance, I know she's out in that area too, because she's pulled up at a few Kentucky shows. And Kextric's the dude. All right, cool. What's up, dude? Poopy Head asked, what game would you love to make your own OST for? Jet Set Radio. That was easy. Or Bomb Rush Cyberpunk 2 is coming out. I like Bomb Rush more than Jet Set Radio personally. And if I got that email, I think I would cry. I think I would for real cry if Bomb Rush was like, yo, like, we would love to have a Groovy Kaiju track in Bomb Rush 2. Dude, if they wanted Orca, they could have it. They wanted Beats, they could have anything. If they want to make something new, I'm going crazy for them. So yeah, probably Bomb Rush Cyberpunk 2. Kickstrike Monster Shape Zero is so special. It really felt like a premium step from my favorite SoundCloud artist to one of my favorite artists in general. You just had to be there. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Kickstrike. That's super nice. That's so awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, to your point, like, so Monster Shape Zero came out like kind of like the perfect time where so Still Groovy was all still like, I was using like, you know, entire songs to sample from. I was using Trackload to clear all the samples, but like, you know, when you have an entire song, you can't stem it out. At least at the time, didn't have AI to like, I want just the guitars, I want just the vocals. And Destroy All Monsters was made that same way, but I was just starting to like buy sample packs where I held all the stems. So it's like original compositions that like I could stem out and then make songs from. So Monster Shape Zero was like landed right in the middle between my old style of like sampling entire tracks to like getting stems and stuff like that. That's why Provider, I did my own vocals on it because I had the stems and stuff. Never Ending Dandy, I had the stems for it, so that's why it sounds like, you know, it sounds a little bit more fuller. So it has a mix of both, like, to your point, that old SoundCloud stuff versus like where I kind of headed into with like Radical Reptar and stuff like that, in terms of like sonically, if I may. So yeah. A-okay, all right, now I got you on the playlist mixed. So when I listen to a lot of like video game soundtrack playlists, like, or when I do, a lot of times it's like Kingdom Hearts. I love the whole Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, Sonic Adventure 2, Jet Set Radio, and then Kirby. Like every Kirby song ever made is an absolute banger. So if I had to make a video game playlist mix, it would probably be a mix of those, with some Bomber Cyberpunk too, because they killed it on making that soundtrack as well. So yeah. All right, so we did all the big orders, and now we're just gonna do Monster Shape Zeros for this tonight. So again, shout out to Bryn and Amanda for all the support on that. All right, let me grab this too. I'll move these over here actually. All right. Roses says, that sounds like fun. I love Kirby and Gourmet Race. I know, right? I don't know if you've seen the meme where like a DJ, when he's like DJing and they have like the and he does the filter sweep and he's like, let's fucking go, and he drops it and it's like and like, you know, it's like just out and on top and everyone's going crazy in the club. I want to make that in real life so bad. And I'm sure there's a City Pop show out there that would love to see it. And then Stream Elements says, get Monster Shape Zero. In fact, I'm packing them right now, so if anyone, no pressure, but I'll do it right now. I'll pack it for you right now if you want. Simply Hideo, oh dude, I'd love for you to get on both games. I know, dude, that'd be so fun. I know Starjunk, I saw Starjunk the other day posted like, Jet Set Radio, please, Sega, please. So hopefully somehow, some way, they listen to Starjunk. And then I'm on, you know, just if the stars align. I know I'm in like one of Starjunk's like artist favorite picks or something, so maybe I'll do magic. We'll be in the same algorithm or something, and Sega will hit us up. But A-okay, okie dokie. Funny you mentioned Kirby. I got into making beats in FL Studio, and the first Kirby song I want to sample was Butter Building. Hey, that's what's up, dude. And A-okay says, man, you hit every jam there, especially Jet Set Radio. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're also feeling the Jet Set Radio. All the songs I really like on my video game playlist, and that's sick. You're doing FL Studio stuff. Yeah, if you want, I have my email in my Instagram bio. Feel free to I don't know why I'm closing my eyes, but feel free to email me. I could like send you some resources if you want, if you're just starting to learn FL Studio, because I feel like that helps. Kill Mooney, does this sample the Bucketheads? It sounds like the drums of the Bomb Outer Space State. Oh, actually no, this one Speaking of like the whole, what I just was explaining about how like I got all the different like sample packs that have all the stems and stuff. Outer Space Date, actually, funny enough, was technically a sample, but not really, because they gave me the MIDI file. So I had to go and like input the MIDI file, choose out all the different instruments, all the sound design and stuff like that. So someone out there was like just typing in all of the actual like notes and stuff, but I did everything after that. So even then, like after I exported all the sounds I wanted, then I chopped it up and did it like a normal sample. So yeah, it is a sample. Outer Space Date is pretty much like debatably like 85% all me, and like the last 15% was like some dude in like a Mario Paint MIDI program. You know what I mean, that I end up like, of course, compensating and stuff like that from the website I got it from. But yo, Ace in Limbo, what's up? Thanks for popping up. Thanks for pulling up. Good to see you. Appreciate you pulling up, kicking it with us. AOK says, heck yeah. Awesome. All right, now that let me put this in some bubble wrap real quick. And I wrote down other things I want to tell y'all today. All right, bada boom, bada boom. All right, so I did that. Oh, I have another wild story too. Got one more food story. Skyer says, speaking of Kirby, I have an unfinished project that mixes several tracks or parts of tracks from the series. I gotta figure out how I want to finish. Either that or start it over again. Oh, that's super sick. Yeah, that sounds super cool. Like, is it like a music mix, or are you like making like a mashup, like a single song? Either way, Skyer, that's dope. I would love to listen to that because I'm such a big Kirby. You have no clue how much I love Kirby music. I always forget the composer's name, but like, for real, if you ever find me in the club trying to dance to some Gourmet Race, that's for sure. AOK says, I see your email. I'll send you a hello email to you soon. You freaking rock. Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. AOK. Yeah. But in fact, I think I even have like a little video I made about like kind of like talking about how to like get started. To be fair though, like depending on what you want to make an FL, I'm definitely more of like a sample based artist. So that's what I know how to talk about the best. But even then, like I feel like some of the stuff, like it all applies, because sampling honestly isn't like that big of a difference in my opinion from like composing. It's like composing just adding like one extra step, which I know someone is hearing this and going like, how dare you? But that's at least that's how I feel about it. Skyer, kind of like a remix medley, mostly final boss themes and green greens because of course. Yep, that's sick. Yeah, that sounds like something that would like get recommended to me on YouTube, and I'd be like, oh, gotta listen to this, gotta check this out. I'd be stoked to hear it if you ever drop it, Skyer. All right, cool. No, I forgot to put Logan's. But yeah, we're packing this up for Logan. Oh, dang. Oh, I hate when I forget to put the packing slip inside. So then I gotta cut it. And I'm like, no, I just packed it. All right, there we go, Logan. Just so Logan knows, I put everything in here that they wanted, I swear. All right. So Poopyhead asked, have you heard What's a Future Funk by Lem Kuja? Definitely one of my favorite Future Funk songs and low-key favorite song of all time, but sadly it's only on SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure I have. Lem Kuja is like, they're like an OG legend. I'm pretty sure I've heard it. I'll be honest, I don't remember it like it off the top of my head. But I can tell you for sure, Lem Kuja is like definitely one of my favorites as well. They're super sick. A-OK, man, years ago. But, actually, Poopyhead, I'm gonna look it up though. I'll give myself a re-listen when I watch the VOD, so. And A-OK says, man, years ago, FL looked like a calculus problem, but I've got a lot of hope for YouTube. Yeah, that's one thing about a lot of these music making programs. They look like, like literally a calculus problem or like an Excel spreadsheet. I was saying it in the last stream. I think I'm gonna like make a little clip of it, but I was like, pretty much like, learning how to make music is kind of like playing Dark Souls. Where like at first you're getting like just absolutely smacked because you have like no clue what's going on, and it's like super infuriating. But like the better you get at it, the more it like starts to all like kind of make sense. Kind of like calculus. The more calculus the lot easier it is to do it. Oh shoot! There you go. And Simply Hideo, just remembered you sampled Kirby and Jukebox Jams, I think. Oh yeah, yeah, I sampled some like the sound effects and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been a huge, like I don't know, just not even just the music, but like the sound design, for lack of better words, of Kirby is just so like, yes, inject it into my veins, you know what I mean? Please. All right, we got Logan's thing here. I'm gonna get a marker. Whee! Oh, my marker's way up here. I also need to drink some water. Poopy tit. Oh my god, poopy hit is spitting. FL is a lot more fun to learn, but Pro Tools is hell. Yeah, Pro Tools looks intense. I think it's because it's been around longer, and if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of was built around the idea of like recording first. If I'm not mistaken, because like, you know, back then they were still like recording straight to tape and stuff like that, so there wasn't really like a, you know, Pro Tools lets you like edit and stuff like that, but like back then that was like a new concept. If I'm not mistaken, FL is like, you know, they came from like the start of like, we expect people to like compose electronic dance music with this, so a lot of it is like piano roll first and like really composing first, fresh Pro Tools, you know what I mean? And eventually they all like approach the same problem, but from like different directions. So they all like tend to be better at like different starting points, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. All right, this is going to Logan. Shouts out to Logan. Thank you, Logan. What is this? Is this graffiti hands? Oh yeah. Speaking of Just Set Radio, no. All right. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was one last funny food story I have is we were talking about Long Beach earlier. There's a place called Pizza Times 2. Everyone from Long Beach, if you're still in the chat, all my Long Beach homies, shouts out Pizza Times 2. I know y'all know about it, but it is like, I swear, the best pizza place. And I know there's maybe someone from New York right now, like, how dare you? You better put some respect on New York pizza, but hear me out for a second. Once I went to Pizza Times 2, and there was like this girl working there, and you know, I was getting my pizza, and then I looked at her arm while she was checking out, and I was like, do you have a logo of the Pizza Times 2 place on your arm? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, how come you got that tattoo? And she was like, I just like the pizza. It's that good. And I was like, no, it's fair. You know what I mean? Like, when you have it, you're like, I need to get a tattoo of this because it's so good. And now you're probably like, okay, whatever, man. Like, you're just messing around. There's no way. Well, then about a year passes, you know, the pandemic and stuff like that. So that happened, and I come back. And then I'm like, hey, I want to get another pizza. So I go up and I look, and I'm ordering and stuff like that. And then, you know, a lot of people lost their job through COVID. And so I was like, oh, you know, like, hey, so I wanted to ask, like, hey, like, did y'all still have the one girl with the Pizza Times 2 tattoo? Because it'd be kind of crazy if you fired her after she got your business tattooed. And she was like, oh, was she kind of short, had like brown hair, looked like this? And I was like, I don't know what she looked like. And she's like, oh, okay. Because I have one too. She also had a Pizza Times 2 tattoo. And I was like, yo, what? It's not just her. It was like multiple people that love the pizza so much. They got it tattooed. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah, and then literally the last time I was there was like a dude like on a bike. He was like, I'm from the Bronx. This is the best pizza in the world, I swear. Just talking to the owner. And he was just going off about how much he loved it. So yeah. Anyways, Kill Booty. Sometimes Ableton looks like the Matrix to me. Yeah, I want to learn Ableton. But it, like, I call all the like the different like music making programs like gray blobs, because they all just have the same grayish blob to them. And what's it called? A-OK, I got your email, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, they all have like the same like gray blob interface. So sometimes it's like, what am I staring at? Just like the color gray. So yeah, to me it also looks just like intimidating, because it's like, what am I even looking at? It's just, I'm just looking at gray. You know what I mean? The color gray. Roses, the magic of food. That's cool to see. Yeah, it really is. If you think about it, like, that's like the one thing that I think can bring anyone from any culture together is just like, we all got to eat. You know what I mean? No matter how much you're like, New York pizza's the best pizza. Even if you're from New York, you're like, hey, you know, the pizza's pretty good. Can't lie. And lol, that was quick. I was just typing. Yeah, I mean, I got a notification on my phone. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. I'll send you all like I'll be honest, it's like literally because people ask me about it enough. And you know, not to like push my advice onto you, but people ask me a lot, like, yo, how do you get started in FL? So I'll just send you like, literally I have like a copy paste like thing I saved. So I'll just send you that. So yeah. All right, who's this going to? This is going to Jairus. Shout out to Jairus. Jairus. Which you might think, oh, that's a unique name, but one thing that's been nice about packing orders and stuff is that like you'd be surprised the types of names people have. Like, you know what I mean, in like a good way. Like in like some uncommon names, you're like, oh wow, that's actually a lot more common than I thought. That or I got to start like doing Adam Killa. He's like, if your name starts with a J, this is for you. I gotta be like, get all like the like really unique names that I see all the time from packing orders and be like, if your name is Jairus, this is for you. Because why is everyone named Jairus buying Monster Pit Zero? Like, I think I've had like 4 or 5 Jairuses. I've had like a lot of Landons. I even like wrote, I was talking to Landon about this at some point, but there's like multiple Landons that I know that have like support my stuff, and like I thought it was the other Landon one, so I started talking to them about like their art project they were doing, and the other Landon was like, yeah man, that's not me. I was like, oh shit, my bad, I didn't know there was someone else named Landon, and I had to like double check, and I was like, oh shit, it wasn't you. But okay, I don't mind it at all. Others gatekeep while many neat and amazing people wish to help and motivate others to create cool music. Hey, thank you, dude, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, that's all it's all about. I mean, like, you know what I mean? No secrets or anything. And yo, thanks for the subscription. Hey, okay, I appreciate it. That's sick. Yeah, dude. And I just made the, thank you so much. I appreciate it, dude. And you might notice, I just figured out last night how to do the little animated emotes. So yeah. And A-OK, holy shit, am I the first subby? Dude, I mean, today you are, thank you. But like the first stream we did, I think we got about like 4 or 5 subs. So yeah, you know, we're working our way up. And since you're a Twitch streamer too, I think after this stream I might hit affiliate, dude. Which I know is like, you know, like your first step, but I'm stoked. I'll have to check and see the stats. Hopefully I wake up tomorrow with an email from Twitch that's like, yo, you're an affiliate now. So thank you, but for real, thank you. I appreciate you, especially because like you being here from like me just starting streaming. I know you're an OG in the space, so it means a lot coming from you. Yo, Zaku, thanks for subscribing too. I appreciate y'all so much, for real. Oh, y'all are too sweet. Thank you. I gotta figure out like low key. I want to figure out the partner stream. We gotta figure out how to like do one of those collab streams or something. Cause that's like one thing I think I want to do in 2026, like across music and everything I'm doing is just I want to start collaborating more. Like, I'm sure some people might be like, bro, what? I hit you up for a collab once, but like, you know, it's been busy. I've been trying to like really build a good foundation, but now I'm at the point where there's not much more foundation to be built. So I'm kind of like, all right, let me start focusing in on like just making better stuff with cool people, you know what I mean? But A-OK, sweet. I think you're already affiliated if you got emotes so you receive bits and subs. Yeah, I know, right? I was kind of surprised that I was able to get bits and subs too when I did it. But when I go into my stream manager thing, it says like path to affiliate. I think Twitch might have changed it because I know they've been changing around a lot because, you know, TikTok Live and all of them are all like on their heels. So we'll see though. And Zaku with the Groovy Kaiju emotes. I think you'll have, so my bad to ask you all this, but if you don't mind, could you do the Radical Reptar animated kickflip? Because I just want to make sure y'all got access to that. I think that says it's gonna be tier 1. If not, I need to like move it around. And hey, Poopy Head, putting your lives on while doing homework helps a lot. Hey, I'm glad to hear, dude. I'm glad that this is like nice homework music going on for your music and vibes for you. So thank you. Yeah, I remember when I was in college still, like I was always looking for stuff to like listen to and do when I was doing homework. So I'm glad for you that it's me. There you go. Thank you. And AOK Zaku, thanks for doing the animated emotes. I appreciate it. Just want to make sure those are working. Especially because it's cool that like I want to see if it shows up on stream too. Oh, they're animated on stream. All right, cool, sick. I know the Groovy the Galaxy one. It's like a little harder to notice. I'll have to like figure that out. But yeah, and then Sarksy says, "Hey, what up? What up? What up? What up? Thanks for pulling up." And AOK, I'm an emote connoisseur. Lamau just financially challenged with priorities. I feel you on that. I like started times have been interesting. So I've been like calculating all my personal monthly spending, and like every month I'm like, what? Like as a creator myself, I feel like it's, I very much support other creators, both like musicians and like YouTubers and stuff like that. So every month I'm like, oh man, like I'm giving so much to Patreon and stuff like that. Not like a lot, but like enough to be like, damn. But can I really live life without seeing the latest gifted hater video, dude? You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I can live I don't know if life is worth living if I can't watch sub-only gifted hater videos. Sarksy, hey, I hope your music streaming career goes well. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Yeah, like for real, I appreciate it. Yeah, music's been going thankfully super well. This is going to Gyrus. I was talking about them earlier. Yeah, music's been going super well. It's always growing. So music, I'm like, it's paying the bills like 80% of the time. And I just started live streaming, so we'll see how it goes. So far it's been absolutely amazing. Not even because of like just all the numbers and stuff, but like for real, it's been just beyond nice to like catch up with people. Both like people that have liked my stuff for a while, but like, Zaku is my real life homie. We've done lots of shows together, so it's cool to see them here supporting, but also like we can actually chat through here. But then like even there's lots of people that I like met through my music from doing like the fan clubs and stuff that like we've talked over email a bunch. And so to finally have like a space where it's like we don't have to like wait a day or two to reply to each other. Like, it's like cool, just pull up and be like, hey, if you want to ask anything, just pull up. And I don't know. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Sarksy. But yeah, I just like people. I like cool people. AOK, continue that path of organic support. Hey, you gotta do what? Hey, Parappa, that's you got Parappa emotes. That's so dope. All right, this is done. Wait, no, it's not. I gotta put the thing on it. And what's it called? Poopy Head. Any tips, cool spots in Cali? Plan on seeing some family soon. But I'm from Florida and I'm slightly nervous. If you know Poopy Head, California's hella big. So what part? I've been through a lot of it, so I might be able to help you out. But yeah, let me know what part of California, like if it's gonna be like more LA or like San Francisco, or you going like way up north, and then I can answer that question for you. Cause I know a lot of spots. Like if you saw my Google Maps, I have like pins all over the planet. And okay, you gotta believe. Yeah, I think there's a meme that went a while back for Parappa the Rappa. She was like MF Doom, where it's like some like, I think it's like a roach in like a kid's bedroom. And the beat on it's so good. Parappa is like an OG. But Kekshrek says, yeah, these streams are nice. I like how small these streams are and that everything I type will be read. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's one thing I was worried about when I first started streaming, because I was like, because thankfully I have a lot of people that like the music, but not everyone likes live streams. Like some people like got into it through like, being stuck at home during the pandemic times and stuff, but some people kind of like don't watch them as much. So I was kind of like real interested in like how people are going to show up. And so, it's been like the perfect amount so far. So yeah, not that I'm like, going to be like, oh no, it's too much at some point. But I'm trying to say, like, I'm glad this is the start of it. You know what I mean? And thank you for being here at the start of it. So yeah. And Poopy Head said they're going to LA, but I do want to check out San Fran. Yeah, San Fran's super sick. So if you go to San Francisco, it's the clam chowder you have to try, low key. But LA, so I'm sorry to get even more specific. Do you know what part of LA? Because LA is big enough where Zaku could attest to this. Like if you're in like Hollywood, I don't want to recommend you something in like, like Norwalk or like Garden Grove, because there's no way. Or you can be like near Disneyland, If you know, like, yeah, not to like, don't dox yourself, but you know what I mean? If you don't mind, Poopyhead. And A-OK, how did I miss that post? Oh, it was, so this song was like, or I don't think it was from like an official, it's just like a meme. Maybe now that like, you know, I'm saying it, maybe, you know, we were talking about it last stream, but I think our phones do listen to us. You know what I mean? Not that I'm like happy about it or anything, but maybe now that we're talking about Parappa, maybe you'll get it. And you'll see the post. Or you can just Google it, like Parappa MF Doom meme. And Long Beach. Okay, so Poopyhead's in Long Beach. All right, let me pull it up on my Google Maps. If you're, ooh, dude, this is a quite the thing. So I mean, depends on what your budget is. I love the aquarium with Pacific. Like the Long Beach Aquarium is hella sick. There's a place called Hiro Nori Craft Ramen in Long Beach. That's pretty good. They're kind of like becoming a chain, but they had like 3 locations. It's hella good. If you're in North Long Beach, there's a place, I mean, so there's a VOD. So you can always catch it on YouTube if you want to just like zoom back to where we are right now. There's a place called Los Eduardos that's in North Long Beach. That's like, well, I used to live in North Long Beach and the menu used to only be in Spanish. Like, so like that's how authentic it was. You couldn't like, there was no English menu. There's a place called Horchateria Rio Luna that's kind of more in like debatably in like North Long, like I don't know what's the city, right? Alondra, debatably, but it's like a really cool just like horchata place that does like coffee. Just like a coffee shop that specializes in horchata. What else? I'm just gonna give you my maps because there's literally a lot of the food's hella good. My favorite breakfast place in Long Beach is called Sunrise Cafe in Lakewood. I'll admit they're not like, oh my god, this is the best breakfast ever, but what's cool is that the owner like personally like gives you your check and he's like, oh, how's it going? And like they have like a train going around, so like it's like the perfect brunch spot in terms of like, you know, I'm home vibes, you know what I mean? What's my favorite like Mexican food in Long Beach? That's a crazy question. Downtown Long Beach has a lot of really good places. There's a place called Amatoli if you're trying to go like fancy. You should try like the Long Beach staple is oh my god, what's that burger place called? I'm sorry, I'm probably going way too deep for just this one question of like, where should I go? MVPs, that's what it's called. So like most valuable player, but MVP. There's a few locations in like they're only in Long Beach, and their like burgers are like super crazy good. And yeah, I don't know. This is probably way more than you already asked for. But there's all kinds of good food. If you want a specific food, Poopyhead, let me know. But that's, you know, you can watch the VOD and try to find all these places on Google Maps. And like we were talking about earlier, scratch off everything and go to Pizza Times 2. Because I swear it's the best pizza. But A-OK, why am I not surprised? Dang algorithm, yeah. Algorithms be like that. Zaku, Strong Beach, yup. Simply Hideo. Is that Discoholic? I just realized your emote is Discoholic. That's the homie, dude. But I'm glad you're feeling the tunes and the vibes. A-OK, I think I googled it. It's a pickup Parappa turning around, and it looks like the M Food cover, MF Doom album cover. It should be like an actual like Instagram reel. Like maybe try searching on YouTube. Actually, my bad. And Zaku, damn, I can't remember that vegan spot we had at. What's called? The vegan. So if Poopyhead, if you like vegan food, there's a place called Higher Taste in downtown Long Beach. That's like beyond good. Like it is ridiculous. In fact, it's funny you bring it up, Zaku, because I'm doing a remaster, not like a remaster, but a new game plus edition, I'm calling it, of Destroy All Monsters, my album, where one of the new songs is going to be called Vegan Nachos on 4th Street, which is about Higher Taste. And it's like this ridiculously good vegan spot in Long Beach. And Poopyhead says, I swear Pizza Times 2 is getting a visit. I'm trying to see the tattoos. Yeah, like if it's like if it's an older like, I mean, an older white woman, but like, you know, her hair is starting to get gray because she's older, she probably has it. Just, and they all have it like on their forearm. So like, just keep an eye out for the employees' forearms to see if they got, like, it's like a pizza stick figure thing. You'll see. But yeah, tell your family, you gotta be like, can we please get Pizza Times 2? And they'll probably be like, yes. because it's so good. But okay, I wonder if Cali has another broken egg. We have it in Georgia, but okay, I don't know if it's on the West Coast. I haven't heard of another broken egg, so it might be a Georgia thing. Roses, I live in Cali, so I got to convince my family to make a trip there. Yeah, honestly, it's some good pizza. That and like, if it's like a family trip, go to the aquarium. The aquarium kind of got expensive, not gonna lie, but yeah, there's also a free aquarium in San Pedro too. So even if you know, aquarium in the Pacific is like too expensive, literally you can drive like 20 minutes further down the coast, and like there's a completely free like donation-based aquarium that's like, honestly, like Aquarium Pacific is like fancy, but you know the science one is like, it's pretty cool. It's like still a really good aquarium. They got like, you know, they got the same little like starfish and stuff. You can still pet stuff, you know what I mean? And Kekshik asks, is that what you're gonna call it? New Game Plus? Yeah, I'm calling it New Game Plus Edition of Destroy All Monsters. Because I wanted to, so like when I revealed the album cover, woo, it's actually like, you know how Kingdom Hearts, when it did like their remastered version, it's like that checkerboard design. And it's like Sora sitting in like a throne looking all super cool. And it's called like 1.5 HD Rebirth Remix. I wanted to give it like a dumb name like that. Like dumb as in like cool dumb. But I decided to just go with New Game Plus Edition because I feel like it was too on the nose with Kingdom Hearts if I did like Destroy All Monsters 1.5 HD Rebirth. You know what I mean? I didn't want to like make it hard to look for because I want people to actually be able to find it. But yeah, one of the songs is going to be called Vegan Nachos on 4th Street because them vegan nachos, and I'm telling you, even if you aren't vegan, like they're just so good. Because I'm not vegan, they're just hella good. Rosa says we tried Prince Street Pizza, so I'm curious. I haven't heard of that. That sounds hella good. Like Prince the artist, like Prince the musician. If so, I'm trying to check that out. That sounds hella good. Okay, if you ever run into that Parappa meme, please DM that to me. Yeah, if anything, I'll send it when I reply to the email. Because when I watch the VOD, I'll be like, all right, gotta send A-OK that Parappa meme. Yeah, it's hella funny. And just the beat goes crazy, I'm telling you. It's like from the song, like from the game, I mean. Lol. A-OK says, lol sounds like a super ultra mega macro ultimate edition of Street Fighter. Yeah, exactly. I purposely wanted to name the album like something silly like that. Like, you know how they video games sometimes you have these weird names? I wanted the gamers to get it, you know what I mean? My fellow gamers, dude. All right. Who's this going to? Oh, I forgot to put it in there again. It's going to Star. That's sick. Like the name is Star with 2 R's. And they're from, low-key, my same home county, which is super dope. Like, I used to have a grandma that lived where this dude is from. It's always super nice to see people from my hometown. I'm always like, oh shit, they like the music because we're from the same place. They know what's up. Funnily enough, that this song came on because what's it called? Poopyhead was asking about going to LA, cooling with some jellyfish. Is about the Long Beach Aquarium because at the Long Beach Aquarium, they allow you to touch, like, you can actually touch the moon jellyfish. So last time I was there, I was letting some friends like hang out with the jellyfish, and I wasn't necessarily like, you know, I've touched a lot of jellyfish, which, you know, could be taken out of context, but there's something despicable, I think. I don't know, maybe not, but while they were just petting the jellyfish, I was just cooling. So then I made this song. This sounds very beachy, very good vibes. So yeah. Before I leave, A-OK says, are you a fan of the OG Streets of Rage OST or games? Yeah, I love Streets of Rage. I'll be honest, I didn't necessarily grow up with it, but like as in, you know, I eventually went back and like, you know, played it as an adult and stuff, and they are banging. Like I like how the soundtrack is like very electronic inspired, super sick. Keck Shrek, be right back, gotta get back to our room. Yeah, man, take your time, I'm chilling. My little auto thing says, hey, if you're just now pulling up, check out Monster Tape Zero, it's dope. I'm backing a bunch of them right now. Simply Hideo, lol, glad you like the stories. Roses. Oh yeah, we've been wanting to go to the aquarium. I'll mention it eventually. we went to the Getty Museum and there was a lot of cool stuff art. That's sick. Yeah, I had a friend that used to work for the Getty, and like they're doing all types of cool stuff. But funnily enough, after living in LA for so long, I actually never went to the Getty. Yeah, mostly because like I never knew anyone that was like, yo, we should go. But and like it's, you know, driving out there is so wild. I'm sure you know, Roses, that it was like never like near anything I was already going to. But I know it's like one of the best museums of all time. All right, Star, I got you. Oh, I almost forgot the label. AOK Yuzo Koshiro is the GOAT composer of Streets of Rage series, but right, so glad to come by again, brother. Hey, yeah, they're definitely a GOAT when it comes to video game compositions, for sure. And yeah, thanks for coming by, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up one of your streams, I promise. I've been like waiting, I enabled live notifications and all of that, so I've just been waiting for a time where I'm able to pull up. So yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate you pulling up and all the kind vibes and subscribing. So yeah, dude. Feel free to catch you around next time if you're heading out, or, you know, we just keep chilling. So yeah. Told the Pizza Times 2 story. Oh, and speaking of cooling with some jellyfish, I was talking to 3D Blast. If anyone here is familiar with 3D Blast, Randy, they're also like we make similar music. Like if I could choose Bomb Rush Cyberpunk 2 soundtrack, it would probably be like me, Starjunk, and 3D Blast. I feel like we could do like the, you know, was it like Captain Planet? We could probably crush that that soundtrack because we all got that same, especially 3D Blast is like the king, I think, of like that style. Anyways, what's it called? So I was talking to 3D Blast not too long ago about like just hanging out, catching up, and we were talking about how we both make music. And what was interesting is that they were mentioning to me that the way they like approach music is they kind of like imagine the world they're trying to create. So like they'll very much be like, oh, this kick sounds blue because it's blue. Blue looks really good with purples, and they'll like think of all the elements of the song as like colors, or like, you know, okay, the song's about pirates, so like what would the pirates be wearing and stuff like that. So they very much go from like, you know, build upon their imagination over and over. But real quick, AOK says, I'm flattered. You more than welcome to visit. Don't get weirded out visiting me. Oh yeah, I won't, dude. I'm super chilling. Yeah, I definitely will, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, so Randy, like, or 3D Blast, their real names out there. So 3D Blast, they'll kind of like build like worlds for their music as if like, you know, they were designing like writing a book or something. Whereas for me, what was interesting is that since he approaches everything from like first principles, I also do like a world building type of thing, but I don't really necessarily start from like a, you know, a blank slate. It's funnily enough because I'm sample so much, but I usually start from like my memory. So like when I listen to samples, or I just like compose something sometimes, like if I like get some chords, I'll just ask myself like, what do these chords remind me of, like a time or something? And then once I like hook onto a memory, then I'll just try to like with music recreate all the elements of that memory of like what it sounded like when I was there, or sometimes what it sounded like when I was there. So like a lot of stuff I'll add like little ambient sounds to make you feel like you were there in that memory, but also like, you know, just what it felt like to be there even too. So like, you know, like VTech to me feels like a car meet, like going to a car meet, or just like hanging out with your friends playing like, you know, racing games or something like that. Or honestly, like what really VTech was reminding me of when I was thinking about it was like going to Pick Your Part, LQK Pick Your Part, when you're just like in the junkyard and just doing all that. But yeah. Anyways, Kill Mooney, yeah, why? What did I ramble? Anyways, Kill Mooney says, I'm so jealous of everyone that got to go to Night Hearts, but I'm so happy for Sergeant getting that placement. That was huge. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Night Hearts look super sick, and their set look dope. It's cool how they like shuffled across the whole stage. Yeah, Night Hearts look super dope. And Rosa says, cool, I've been meaning to get into 3D Blast's music, interesting to hear. I enjoy hearing a little bit of behind the scenes of how people make music. I know, right? Isn't it so interesting? Like I've been trying to ask that of my buddies a lot more of like how they approach their music and stuff, because like it's something I never really thought to ask until like, you know, somehow me and 3D Blast started talking about it. But yeah, Roses, definitely look up their stuff. They're like, honestly, like not only is their music amazing, but they're like they're like the nicest person. Like I wish everyone could meet 3D Blast. They're hella funny too. They're super funny. It's more like their whole life is just like very situational comedy. Like they're just in like these weird situations with people. Where like someone will just come up to him and like just start saying weird stuff to him. He's like, what? But yeah. Simply Hideo, that's really neat. That's a new insight for sure. Hey, I'm glad to hear, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I'm like a memory artist, but that's what I be doing. And I think I was talking to NetNavi too. I think they think of it in like a funny way too. It's a little different. I need to hit up Astro Black. I know I've collaborated with them a bunch, but like we've been working together for like since we were like 14. If I've ever asked them about how they think about making music, but their stuff's also like ridiculously good. They're like the best beat maker from my hometown, in my opinion. But yeah, and Poopy Head, have you ever been approached by a fan in person? Just curious, lol. Actually, what's hilarious you mentioned that. Happened last night, dude. There's a dude, I remember their Instagram name started with Jerry. So I'm glad you asked this because I forgot to mention it. Or add to my like notes of what I want to tell y'all. But yeah, well, not this particular experience, but yeah, like just last night, I was like, I got like I was doing birthday stuff, so I got a cake. Not my birthday, but my partner's birthday. And so we got a cake, and I was like, put the cake in the car. She gets in the car, and like right as I'm about to sit down, someone like pulls up next to me, and he's like, hey, are you Groovy? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, no way. He like puts the car in park. He gets, I was like, dude, like I've listened to you since like, Groovy Godzilla days. Like, oh my God, like it's so cool to meet you. And I was like, yeah, man, like I'm so chill. He's like, dude, can we get a selfie? I'm like, dude, of course we can get a selfie. So yeah, they were super nice. They were super cool. But I always like, I also like freeze up in a situation too, because I'm like, oh, what should I do? You know what I mean? So I forgot to get their real name, but I was like, they're like, oh yeah, I saw you're posting this on Instagram. And I usually, one thing I try to do is that like, let me meet up in person. I'm like, dude, like, let me follow you on Instagram. You know what I mean? So I got their Instagram and I follow them, and they're super cool, dude. It was super nice. But yeah, so I met someone last night who we had, funny enough, that knows my stuff. So yeah, I'm always super appreciative. But yeah. And Zaku, by the way, I need to tell you this because it just made me laugh. Haha, I was kicking it with my homie the other night. He was like, you know that dinosaur food, right? Dude, I need to make that like a new alias, dinosaur food, dude. That's sick. Yeah, we do know each other. I'll be texting you like, yo, man, are you good? You just got punched in the nose, man. You got that hardcore show. But yeah, I want to be dinosaur food, dude. That's like the nicest compliment. Yeah, I think the last who did I run into before that? There was someone I forgot who I met before that. I think the last person that recognized me in person was well, I mean, now I've seen them multiple times now, so it's not like now we're like kind of acquaintances. But there's a guy named I know him as like Dad Rock because like their Instagram handle is like Dad Rock something. So yeah, we met at like a round one once, and like I think he was like on a date with his girlfriend, and like we took a bunch of photos together. It was hella funny because my buddy Newport was there. Newport was like, dude, like you want a photo? Yeah, all right. And he had us do a whole photo shoot pretty much because like that's just how they are. They're super cool. But yeah, I ran into him again at Sam's Club. I was like, yo, man, what are you doing here? He's like, yeah, I'm getting groceries. I'm like, me too. So yeah, I meet people every once in a while, like maybe like once a month or every other month or so. I'll run into somebody that'll say, hey, are you Groovy? And I'm always like, yeah, it's always a fun time. But Zaku says, every time I've been approached in person by someone who knows me, I'm like, does this fool want to serve me papers or fight me? Nah, dude, we love you, Zaku. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I think everyone's just trying to chill. You're a cool guy, dude. You're a cool guy. Scott, Simply Hideo, dude, you're on the list for who I want to meet in an event. I kind of have the goal to meet everybody in the Future Funk community that I can. Honestly, dude, yes. I'm glad and honored that I'm on the list. Thank you. That's super sick. But I 100% feel you on wanting to meet all the Future Funk people. Yeah, it's always like, because it is like, I'll admit, I think Future Funk and Vaporwave is a lot bigger and a lot smaller at the same time, then people assume that it is, if that makes sense. Because it's like bigger in some ways, because it's like, you know, like Macross has like almost like 1 million monthly listeners or something like that. Like that's a lot of people listening to Macross. You know what I mean? That's in like across all the different, like, there's a lot of people, dude. That's a lot of people. Like, and I'll watch like music industry podcasts and stuff, and like they're like, oh, dude, like, you know, like not a lot of artists can pull that off. So like the fact that like, you know, Macross, Young Bane, all like have like people are listening, they know what's up. But at the same time, you know, like the community of like people who like actually really are like involved and like follow it is like, it's kind of small in a weird way. Like I think like the algorithm serves like our interest to like the mainstream, if that makes sense. But yeah, everyone I've been able to meet in the Future Funk scene, I'm like always super grateful for, because it's like, you know, we are quite the like interesting group of characters like on the internet, if that makes sense. So everyone I've been able to meet has been like awesome. I'm trying to think who I want to meet that I haven't met yet in the Future Funk scene. I talked to him across for like a second at like a show, and that was super sick. It was more one. I want to meet like Zy Cowan would be hella sick. I want to meet Zy Cowan. They were in here the other day. That'd be, I mean, to meet him like in person. I would love to meet Brian Rojitas. His stuff is so sick. And like my buddy Night Patrol is a huge fan of him. So it'd be cool just to be like, yo, dude. Who else? I like to meet Castle Carousel, because like they're my most like, if you go on my Spotify, at least for me, my top recommended artist is Castle Carousel. So I'd be stoked to meet them, to be like, is there more to like us being similar than just the music, you know what I mean? Who else? Yeah, I feel you, Skyer, though. There's a lot of people, or not Skyer, I'm sorry, Simply Hideo. A lot of people on my list of Future Funk community people I'd like to meet. If you can, dude, I mean, Flamingo Fest and stuff is like a great way to like meet a lot of them. Like what was funny is the first time I met ED, Krylo, Happy Cola, and Panic Pop was all at like the same like anime expo. And oh, I forgot to put it in there, no. But it was all at the same anime expo. And I remember I met Panic Pop because they all like went in like anime cosplay, but they all cosplayed as like you know, anime maids. And I met Panic Pop. Like, you know, I went to the hotel room to like help Edie get like their stuff so they can like drive back to AX. And literally like, I can't do it because my dungeon, but it was like Panic Pop was like behind like a bathroom stall, and then jumps out with a shaver on and a maid outfit and goes, "Is that Groovy Kaiju?" And I was like, "Oh shit, it's Panic Pop!" But this is like the funniest way to meet one of your like, you know, like friends in like the scene. It's like with a shaver and a full maid outfit. Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, Brian's Black Cover album was my first dive into him, and I'm hooked ever since. Hey, that's what's up. And oh yeah, Brian Rojitas. Yeah, dude. What's the name of that one? I forgot. I know if you're like the black and white one with the TV on the ocean. Yeah, that one's so good, dude. Asphalt Lady is such a banger, dude. And Simply Hideo, you guys are my inspiration to mix. Honestly, met Disco and Fiber here in Philly for Horizon recently. Flamingos was when he was here for his tour. Oh, I'm so glad, dude. I'm glad that we could all be an inspiration. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's what music's about, really. It's just, you know, all just sharing good vibes with each other and inspiring one another to just, you know, explore ourselves and explore life and stuff, and yeah, just be awesome. I don't know. Be connected to one another, you know what I mean? Because, like, in my opinion, it's kind of like wild that, like, you know, there's like 8 billion people on the earth right now, but like there's been billions before us, and there's gonna be billions after us. And, the fact that we're all here on the planet at the same time is like magical in its own way. I mean, so we all just gotta like inspire each other and just show each other love and make good music, man. Why not? Roses jump scared. Yeah, I definitely was like jump scared by Panic Pop the first time. But honestly, they're so awesome. I like look forward to the next day me and Panic Pop get to kick it. Because every time we like hung out, they've always been like so nice. Then like they're also from Toronto, and I love Toronto. So low-key just want an excuse to chill with them in Toronto, because every time I see them was not in Toronto, but I want to like get the Panic Pop tour of Toronto. Ugh. And yeah, Disco and Fiber are super sick. Me and Fiber have kicked it so many times, like a lot. And Disco's super nice. Dude, I have Discoholics Anonymous is like, I have it on tape, CD, and vinyl. It's like one of my favorite vinyl of all time. Disco is such a good musician. It's like criminal how good he is. And honestly, if I may, oh yeah, you met Disco, so you know Simply Deo. Disco is the exact same person online as they are in person, which is always like cool to see. They're just as funny. I feel bad because last time I kicked it with Disco, you know, we're all just having fun, hanging out like at a house party thing, and Disco was eating like a taco, but they ate it like sideways. You know, like you eat a taco, like if you turn to the side, you eat it, and he ate it like long ways. And I was like, you know, I was concerned. So I was like, he's not from LA. Maybe no one's ever taught him how to eat a taco. So I was like, hey, Disco, you got to turn it. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you know, your mouth is horizontal, so you can't eat it like that. And he was like, Groovy, I'm not that dumb. I'm doing a joke. And I was like, I felt so bad. Because I genuinely thought he was eating it the wrong because he wasn't from LA. Just no one ever taught him. And I was like, yeah, man, you know, a real friend would let you know. You know what I mean? A real friend would let you know if you got a stain on your shirt. A real friend's going to tell you when you're eating a taco the wrong way. And no, I was just being rude. And yeah, me and Fiber are super sick, dude. Fiber, yeah, was it Lamau the cursed way? Yeah, Roses. Yeah, Disco's eating it the cursed way. But yeah, me and Fiber are super sick too. What's hella funny is I mean, Fiber is like an amazing person. They're hella funny. But like, dude, when Fiber is like, when I hang out with Fiber and their fiance, oh my, their fiance is so funny. And like when they're together, it's like watching a TV show, dude. It's so funny. Like I remember we all went to go get boba, and Fiber got boba, and you know, with their fiance, and their fiance, like they had like little like bear. You know how the Starbucks has the bear cup right now? Like the boba place had that before, way before. It was like, this is like years ago. But anyways, their fiance was like, oh, Fiber, do a little like, you know, have the boba and go like do a little, and like he just couldn't do it because they were laughing so hard, and because Fiber was laughing, my other buddy started laughing, and it was just like Fiber started crying, like tears, because he kept trying to do the little like cutesy like, and just couldn't do it because they were just dying. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But Zaku says, you know, as chummy as I am with Fiber, I've actually never met Discoholic. Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm sure next time Disco comes down to LA, yeah, y'all probably run into each other. Disco's awesome, dude. They're so funny, dude. I'm sure y'all hang out. And Roses says, I love both their music, neat to hear. Yeah, I mean, I'm very thankful to have all these awesome stories. They're like just as awesome people as they are musicians, if that makes sense. I have nothing but good things to say about them. All right, let me get some more bubble wrap. And this is going out to Gabe. Shout out to Gabe. Voidstrom, dude, good evening. What up? Yeah, man, I'm chilling, you know. Another day in the life, dude. Just packing orders, getting it done, hanging out, telling goofy stories about other friends. Actually, you would have stuff. Yeah, I was telling goofy stories about like Fiber and Discoholic. I think you know them. I think we talked about them, no? But yeah. Rosa says, all three of you have helped me find plenty of music and appreciate DJs more than I already did. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, I like Disco, I think is like, Disco has a lot of music knowledge, but Fiber especially, like when it comes to like DJ stuff, Fiber is like a Wikipedia of like DJ knowledge, if I'm not mistaken. Like they know a lot of more like deep cut, like French house stuff than I do. I'm more of like man, I found this weird stuff on Bandcamp. This weird hip hop artist on Bandcamp. But Fiber has me way beat on like French house DJ culture. And Montaigne, dude, just like is dropping like Poetically on Montaigne, like Fiber's label. Like I love Poetically. Their stuff is so good. But Zaku says, between you and Fiber, I think I've had some of the most meaningful conversations with both of you. Top two favorite future funk artists, music aside, just because how fucking great you both are. Real shit. Oh, Zaku. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every conversation I have with you is always like a mix of like like, what's the word? Sociology, like deep cut, like world music and all. Like every time we hang out, dude, it's like just a great, amazing conversation. Real shit. To quote you, real shit. Hell yeah, dude, I really can't. I can't wait till the next 6-hour road trip we all have. It's gonna be a great time. But yeah, all right. I forgot to put the tape on. I'm sorry if the tape's been super loud. I forgot to move it away from the mic. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, what else did I want to tell y'all today? Oh, this is super random, but I watched Wicked last night, like Wicked the movie, and you know the meme where it's like, oh. So it was finally cool to see the Wicked like singing voice in actual context of the movie. And you know what? It like I'm not into musicals, but like I can appreciate that. Like if I was someone who like grew up and thinking High School Musical was like the greatest thing ever, and then Wicked came out, I can imagine how my brain would have exploded if I was that kind of person. You know what I mean? It was a good movie. It wasn't for me, but I could appreciate the fact that it was a really good movie. Yeah, all right, this is going to Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. Austin, yo, Austin, what up, dude? Good to see you. Made a ton of new edits, and the songs so far have been Birds Don't Sing, Soldier Boy, Egyptian Swag, Charlie's Inferno, Murder Was the Case That They Gave Me, and Who Dat Boy, Tomorrow I'll Do Your Song. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super stoked to see the Who Dat Boy one, because the last Tyler edit you did was like super, super sick. But I'm sure they're all gonna be sick, but like Tyler one, I was like, yo, I like how you did like the text and stuff. It just went, I don't know, it just really matched the vibes. So I'm stoked to see him, dude, when you drop him, dude. Like, I can't wait to see him, yeah. Zaku, after me and the boys get back from Asia, we want to come visit, just to let you know when it's, just let us know what's a good idea. All right, hell yeah. Thank you, dude. Yeah, what's it called? Yo, we'll figure it out. I think y'all are going to, you said you're going to, I know Tune in Tokyo said that y'all are going to be in Japan for New Year's, so yeah, I guess probably sometime after that, right? No? I know my lease ends at this place in February, so let me see if we're gonna stay here or not. But if we're moving, then we're moving. So probably after that. But if not, then dude, yeah, pull up probably in like February, March, maybe. We'll figure it out. Gotta figure out what my situation is. Roses arcade dates is another favorite. Hey, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, honestly, I love the like. I mean, it's hard with the song playing, but the whoop 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 whoop. I don't know. Something about that just like, it's so bouncy. I'm glad you like it. Austin says, thanks, man. The Who Dat Boy edit is to Android 17. That's sick. It's also like kind of like a nice little pun too, because like Android 17 is like technically like who, you know, they're not a boy. They're like, you know, they're Android. So it's kind of like, I like that. I like the little pun there. Zaku will be in Korea for New Year's, Japan for Christmas. I'll be back early January. All right, for sure. If Pittsburgh, can I come? Hey, if y'all, hey, if Zaku says it's cool, I'm chilling. I think I was still in Tune in Tokyo last time. As many bodies as you want to fit into this room, y'all are welcome. So y'all will get this room, and not the closet though, because the closet is just filled with stuff. No one can fit in the closet. But yeah. So yeah. All right, next we're doing Logan. Hey, Siba Marty, 18, Must Hit Zero is amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for grabbing it, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, I'm packing up a bunch of them right now, actually, funnily enough. All right, so we're doing Logan. And yeah, so we talked about watching Wicked. Is there anything else I want to say about Wicked? Super random? I don't think so. Ariana Grande was in it. That was pretty cool. Loki, I wasn't a big fan of her music, but then like, I've been trying to get into it, and like I found a few songs. I like a few of the Ariana Grande songs. You know what I mean? Like the Lady Gaga. I like a few of the Gaga songs. I like a few of the Grande songs. Oh no, this is good. Okay, let me open it real quick. Okay, cool. And hey, Zaku and Prince Motorola trying to figure out the hangout, the Phoenix road trip. Hell yeah. All right, so next thing I want to bring up to y'all, speaking of my hometown, we were talking about that earlier, and we were talking about Long Beach and stuff, but my hometown's like technically Moreno Valley, and there's a hardcore band that Zaku. Speaking of hardcore, Zaku might know them. They're called Big Ass Truck. Since I've been going to the gym a lot more, they're like just like a punk hardcore band, but like I don't know. The whole joke of it is that like it's just a big ass truck. Like it's just something about that's hardcore, and so I've been bumping them a lot. And they're from the Inland Empire, so I'm like, yes. Speaking of that, like the area of my hometown is called the Inland Empire. And I remember when I lived in San Jose, I was, skating with somebody, and they're like, oh, where are you from? I was like, oh, like Moreno Valley, Inland Empire. And they were like, Inland Empire? They were like some Game of Thrones? You from the Game of Thrones or something, man? Why do you call it the Empire? Is it the Inland Empire? Who's your emperor, dude? And Austin says, just put up today's edit of Ichi and Goku. Hell yeah, dude. I'm stoked to see it. Yeah, I haven't been on Instagram since I started streaming today, so I'll check it out once I go to the bathroom after this, low key. Zaku says, oh shit, big ass truck. Yeah, dude. I listen to this stuff a bunch. Even when I'm skating too, big ass truck goes. I hella want to, like, I've been to a bunch of like metal shows and stuff, and they're a lot of fun. But like I've been to like a hardcore show where like people were like doing the whole like swinging their arms around and hit somebody. In fact, I went to like a death metal festival on the Queen Mary in Long Beach back in the day. My buddy Garrison, it was hella funny. This is back in like college dorm, so we went together, and like the next day he was like, "Dude, my arm kind of hurts." And going to like the school nurse, and they were like, "Yeah, you broke your arm." But the thing is, he never like got in the pit or anything. He just held on to the the front barricade. He had like long like Jesus hair, so he was just like doing the whole like metal hair circle. And I guess someone at some point like got crowd surfed and like landed on his arm, and he just went ow, and then he kept doing the head circle thing. And like the next day, he was like, "Dang, I think I broke my arm." So yeah. Shouts out to Garrison. Shouts out to metal shows, dude. And Check Truck's back. Hey, welcome back, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Coming back to hang out some more. All right, thank you, Logan. Logan is the homie, dude. Shouts out to them. Hey, oh shit. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is another song. When I made it, I sent it to NetNavi, and I was like, "Dog, this is it. This is one of them ones. It's so wonderful." And like one of the the nicest sentimental thing that happened. I mean, it's just all like Spotify stuff. But when Goodbye Earth, I listened on Spotify. I like pitched it to Spotify and stuff to get on like one of their like official playlists, and they put me on the RoboFunk playlist, which is kind of like a smaller playlist. But I'm like, it was super appreciative because like the thing about it's funnily enough, I sent it to another friend not too long ago, like, hey, like, it'd be sick if I got on this playlist one day. And yeah, Kill Mooney, like you said, because of the talk box, it got on the RoboFunk playlist. And what was nice about it though is the playlist was like Zapp and Roger, like Computer Love, and then it was like Daft Punk. But my dad was like a huge Zapp and Roger fan, and so it was like really like affirming of like, holy shit, like this is stuff like like I felt like I'm my dad's son. So like when I got on that playlist, it was like really like, wow, full circle, like my dad's music got me on the playlist. Like it's official from a Spotify playlist of like the music that he would like. So I was like, damn, this is crazy. It was like a nice little moment. But Rosa says, oh, and another favorite. I have lots of favorites. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you have lots of favorites. I appreciate it. Yeah, Goodbye Earth is like Astro Black's verse on this. Oh my God. It's my God-given right like a Christian. I was like, oh, the way he like added more syllables, I was like, dude, you're spitting, dude, bars. And Keck says, I wish you could fit the story mode of Groovy the Galaxy on a CD. Yeah, I think so. To be fair, I probably could fit it on a CD, but not a tape or a vinyl. So I was kind of like, I didn't want to like you know, so I already write so much on all the product descriptions and try to explain everything. So I didn't want to have to write like, okay, story mode is on CD, but it's not on tape and it's not on vinyl, so people will get confused. So I was like, let me just make all the physicals arcade mode only, and then go from there. But I don't know, maybe I could like one day just make a couple story modes and just throw them up. See if, now that the album's been out for a while, you know what I mean? See if anyone wants that version. Or make like proper deluxe edition CDs, but that has like everything, like the music and all the videos and stuff like that. And all the instrumentals and everything, like a super mega, like 1 gigabyte CD or something. But I'm glad y'all are feeling this. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right. So next thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was, so I added the new emotes on Twitch. That's exciting. I want to figure out how to like, because what I'm noticing is that sometimes folks on Instagram don't necessarily know that I'm like talking to other people, like other stuff. So I'm debating on how I can make the Instagram format have like the chat to just make it more clear what's going on. Maybe I could like at least show like 1 or 2 chat messages underneath the music thing on the Instagram US, just so people see messages are rolling in that way. Because I like purposely left all that space on the mobile version of the stream, just so like when you type in, it's gonna bloop and like pop up. So I wanted to make sure that didn't like overlay stuff that was important on the screen. But yeah. And then also I want to talk to y'all today about let me think. Oh, I mean on the first stream we talked about my low-key my stomach stuff. I've been doing that, getting that figured out. Thankfully the tea has continued to be helping me. Someone mentioned like a specific tea that I should try, and it's been working great. All right, the CD is actually cracked low-key. Don't want to use that one. Kill Mooney, gotta go. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, dude, no worries. I'm streaming again on Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, so like 1 hour usually when I later start, just so people have time to enjoy their Sunday, you know what I mean? But dude, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll keep streaming. Yeah, I think, how many orders do I have left? You're only gonna miss out on 2 more orders, so don't worry about it, dude. Thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, I've been working through my stomach stuff. That's been going really good. Yeah, I think it's a mix of like the tea, but also surprisingly like going to the gym. And like low-key, I do the elliptical, and I think that's been helping a lot too. Because like, even though it is mostly like legs and arms, like I think it is working on my core because my stomach feels like more like my stomach feels buff. If that makes sense. That's been nice. All right, this is going to Ray. Shouts out to Ray, dude. What song was this? Don't wake me up, I want to live in my dream. Oh yeah, this song actually, I have a buddy named Nolan, and they were like a creative writing major, but they're also like a really good rapper. I gotta do a whole stream just about the stories I have with Nolan, but that song title actually is kind of inspired by one of his songs, because he has a song where he raps and he's like, I'm living on my dream, so I'm staying up all night. And I was like, oh, bars, dude. Living on my dream, so I'm staying up all night. And so I named that song kind of like that, but it's, you know, rather than like, yeah, I'm living like cool, I'm living my dreams, mine was more like, you know, more of like a longing to want to live your dream. And Tech Trek asks, how much can you bench? I'm not sure, because I haven't done like a proper bench thing. Because I've been just going to the gym by myself at my little fitness center at my my apartment, and so they have a bench thing, but I wouldn't want to like ask someone to spot me. So what I've been doing is I've been doing 20-pound barbell crunches, but I know on the lateral machine, like the one where you pull it down to like work out your back muscles, I've been doing like 100 on that. So I don't know if that's, I think it's like normal or getting started, right? But I mean, if anything, it does make you feel good, because every time I go, I always have to like, whoever was there before me, I always have to like bring it up like 1 or 2. So I'm like, oh, I'm stronger than somebody. There's somebody at my apartment complex I'm technically stronger than. So yeah. Oh yeah. Sick. But one that's been nice about streaming on YouTube too is that because YouTube, you know, you can kind of like upload whatever. It has been super nice to see like a lot of the OG Groovy Godzilla people pull up. So thank you for y'all pulling up. I'm glad that like, you know, this all these years later, y'all still like, yo, what up? You know what I mean? It for real means a lot. And Kicktrick asks, how much do you weigh and have you been going for a while? Is this a new thing? I think last night, I went on a scale last night. I think I'm 230, but I'm 6'2". I maybe the camera angle maybe not show as well because you know, I'm gonna look shorter at a high camera angle. So yeah, I'm 230, 6'2", and this is kind of a newer thing. So I used to just like work out through skateboarding. And thanks for asking, by the way. I used to just work out through skateboarding. So like back in high school, I used to skate like every single day. In college, I used to skate every single day, and that kept me like super thin because it's just like a ton of cardio, right? But then as I'm getting older, like, you know, my body don't work like it used to. My back, I got sciatica. I'm an unk now, so I got sciatica. And low-key, one of my toes are healing from being broken, like this toe right here. So like, I can't put too much pressure on it. So because of that, I was like, you know what? I think I have to start going to the gym because like, I might pretty soon might actually not be able to skate safely. You know what I mean? So yeah. I've been doing it for about like 2 weeks now, but I've been doing it every other day. So I think the habit might be built already. And I'm the kind of person that like, if I start something, like I'm going through with it for like a cool minute. So which I'm very thankful for. And Hansa, dude, good to see you. Thanks for pulling up. Nice. Always cool to see you get more coming your way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, yo, another $5. I appreciate it. I just realized. For real, Hansa, thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. It means a ton. The super chat. Dude, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Hansa. That's cool. I'm glad you were like hanging out, checking this out, dude. It means a lot. Oh. Did you hear the, you're done, son, it's a wrap? That's actually my buddy Roderick. We used to skate together a lot. And like, I used to film a lot of skate videos with me and my homies. And there was just one clip where like, you know, we were skating, and like a funny thing to do back in the day for like a lot of skate videos was to like put a camera in someone's face and they do something silly. And that's what he did. Like one of my friends bailed and he got to the camera and he was like, you're done, son, it's a wrap. And I wanted to sample that forever. And then this is the song I finally got to put it in. But Iris, dude, what up? Thanks for pulling up. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Hope you and your brother are doing good, and your niece. Yeah, I'm not trying to dox you, but I think that's not information. Yeah. But Hansa, absolutely, yeah, dude. For real, it means a lot. Like, I appreciate your generosity. For real. So yeah, dude, thanks for hanging out. And Keck Shrek, I used to love working out, but oh my god, I don't know why I'm reading that screen. But ever since I graduated, it's been hard to stay motivated. I feel that, yeah. Because it's tiring, dude. And like a lot of things about working out is like just finding the time. You know what I mean? It's hard to justify the time when like you're working like a job and it's like you have to come home and, you know what I mean? So maybe, hopefully this is helpful. But and I know I'm thankfully in the position right now where like, I mean, thankfully I'm in the position right now to be able to do music full time, but it doesn't pay. To be honest, you know, sometimes them bills come up and I'm like, how are we gonna make it work this month? So thankfully I'm in the position, but I'm gonna go lie. I am thankful, but it's ooh. So right now. Anyways, for any kind of habit I'm trying to start, I think really it's just about like reducing the friction to get started or to stay consistent. Cause like, you know, if like, let's say you hate like, I don't know, washing dishes. It's like, well, what's a way that it helps you stay consistent? It's like, well, if you don't let them pile up, then like, it's a lot easier to convince yourself to wash, let's say that wash dishes like for 5 minutes throughout the day than it is probably to like do an hour's worth of dishes, let's say, you know what I mean? So like with the gym thing, I think I wasn't even considering getting a gym membership because I was like, oh, well, they probably have different machines and stuff like that. Might be cool. I could have some friends, we could all meet up there. But then I thought about it and I was like, but then if I do that, then like, I'm probably a lot less likely because when I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the gym, I'll have to like get in my car, drive there, get all these things ready, see who's trying to go, you know what I mean? So I was like, let me just bang. I'll say it because it's funny, but let me just bang it out real quick in my fitness center in my apartment. So I know it's like the least amount of friction to like go to the gym. Yeah. But yeah. Thanks, Keck Shrek, I appreciate it. But Iris, Bro, I'm trying to secure the Tanaka show in SF in April. I can't wait. Ticket will be mine. Yeah, I saw an ad for it. The Tanaka show. That's gonna be so sick, dude. I hope you're able to get it because that'd be so sick. And let me know if you do, because I want to hear your review next time after the show and stuff like that. And Hansa, hey, you get it, man. I understand. All right, sick, dude. Yes, I'm glad to hear. Glad we're on the same page. And Jennifer Ark. Hey Groovy, wanted to say hi from Puerto Rico. You're a big inspiration in my own music producing journey. Got one of your signed CDs and everything. Thank you for all the beats and good vibes. Thank you for all the good vibes. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. And I'm so stoked I could be, it's like, you know, being a big inspiration even all the way to Puerto Rico. That's so sick. That's so sick. Yeah, and I'm glad that, you know, if you want, I think I'll have my email or whatever in the Twitch thing. Feel free to send me your music. I'd be stoked to hear it. Especially because like, I think I mentioned this not too long ago, or in the clip I just released the other day, that like, you know, when you make music, you meet a lot of people who like have like the same experiences as you and stuff, but also a lot of the times they'll have the same music taste as you. So I bet what you're making is super sick, and I would like to hear it just because it's like, you know, I'd probably become a fan, low key, not gonna lie. Like there's a guy named Afrodamus. I talk to him on Instagram all the time, dude. I love his stuff. And he started off as like, he was like, hey Groovy, you're super sick. So yeah. Free Puerto Rico, hey, yep. See, that's me and Zaku all the time. I mentioned earlier that we'd be having all kinds of real talks. Yeah, we also be on our reel. We'd be talking about the state of the world, the Jaden Smith thing. Can we just stop and talk about the state of the world and the economy right now? Me and Zaku be on them vibes. And Iberis, bet will do. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked to hear the what's it called? The Tanaka show review. Real quick, since you're still here, I mean, Zaku's been chilling, but Zaku, you gonna go to the Tanaka show? I think Tanaka's also going to LA, no? Or he should be, right? I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't. But I bet, you know, when you and Dude Tokyo, I'll probably drive down for it if it was an option. No! I feel it though. Yeah, I'm trying to low-key just from you're going to Henri though? Okay. Yeah, Henri round 2 is gonna be so dope. LA before SF, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, low-key, I've always been a Tanaka fan, but I'm like currently, I mentioned earlier, I have like a listen later playlist on Spotify, and I'm currently going through to listen to Tanaka's entire catalog. Because I want to like really get up to date on everything Tanaka's doing. But that show's gonna be so sick, I bet. Alright, this is going to Dylan. Shouts out to Dylan, dude. Dylan the OG. Hey, there we go. Damn. I've been on it with my Kobe's in the trash can. I should probably try to make that a game for streams. How many baskets can I make with like the labels? That'd be a lot of fun. Just set up like a basketball right here or something. All right. Thank you, Dylan. And let me see if the last thing I wanted to bring up to y'all, because I got one order left, and then I'm probably gonna go eat some salmon. Hey, the bangers. I'm so glad that the song sounded just as good slowed down as it did sped up. Because sometimes they don't, I ain't gonna lie. There's been lots of songs I wanted to like do a little vaporwave remix of that I'm like, yeah, no, we can stick with the original. All right. One random funny story I've been wanting to tell for a little bit now, but now that I'm getting more comfortable on stream, I can finally tell it. Is one of my funny like childhood stories is my brother. I was just talking to you today. My brother and my like sister got into like an argument once. We were in the car, and I think my sister was like, you know, my mom, as she had more and more kids like after me, because I'm the oldest on my mom's side. You know, for me, she was like, oh, like it's Aaron's first birthday. Let's take him to Knott's Berry Farm. Let's take him to Disneyland. As she had more kids, it was like, okay, you know, no, I can't. We can't do multiple Disneylands a year. You know, I mean, you can't. You start to having more kids cost more money. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think after my little sister was born, then my mom was like, okay, no more Disneyland birthdays. Like, we just trying to like survive. You know what I mean? And but my sister was like talking to my mom about something. My sister was like, Mom, how come you never took me to Disneyland or anything? You took all of Jordan and Aaron. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? I took you to Disneyland like at least like a handful of times. And my sister was like, oh. And then my brother was like, yeah, it's because your forehead is so big, it blocked the memory. Yeah, I was like, damn. And that was probably the funniest thing my brother ever said. I remember I cried laughing. The idea of someone's forehead is so big, it blocked their own memories from their brain. So yeah. My sister doesn't have that big of a forehead, but it was funny. It was funny. And Zaku says, when you get the time, give me a call. I got an interesting life update. What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm skating tomorrow, but maybe after that. Yeah, I got you though. If anything, I'll text you after this. And let me text you right now. Yeah, Roses, what a bird. Yeah, my brother burned my sister pretty bad. What's it called? And Simply Hideo, yo, Lamau, that's wild. And yeah, dude, I'm telling you, my brother had the roast, dude. Okay, let me text Zaku real quick. Yo, what? Because if I don't text you right now, I'm gonna forget. It's juicy though. All right, cool. I like a little bit of juice. Why not? I think of, is there any other funny stories? My mom is just a hilarious person. My mom's kind of like Cardi B, low key. I ain't gonna lie. Mom hates when I say that, but like low key, she did ask me talking like Cardi B. It's like the best way I can describe her. Yeah, my mom has all kinds of like crazy stories she was telling me. But all right, this last order is going to Emma. Shout out to Emma. Yeah, I remember all my mom's stories, and I'm like, you know what? If my mom would ever log in, she probably would not want to hear me tell that to people. You know what I mean? Because just like, you know, my dad's from Compton, and that's kind of a interesting upbringing, to say the least. And you know, for my mom to fall in love with my dad, you know, she was also kind of on that vibe. So a lot of her stories involve like wild stuff. Zaku says it's not drama. Cool. Yeah, a lot of like, for context for everyone watching, I have a lot of like when I moved from LA to Phoenix, a lot of it was like, I'm tired of all this LA drama. I'm trying to just chill. So for like a cool minute, I was like, no one talk to me about drama. I'm exiled myself to Tatooine like Ben Kenobi. So I'm in the desert. Yeah, but now I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm ready though. I'm ready to hear what it is. But I'm glad it's not drama, because then I can just hang out and be vibing. All right, we got Emma's order. Do you have any funny stories from Crystal? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Trying to think. Oh, actually, one of my favorite stories from Crystal was so this guy's the homie, so hopefully they don't mind me telling this, but what's it called? So I used to throw a show in downtown LA called Crystal Nostalgia, and what was cool is I used to always like make little like story highlights of the show and stuff, like, oh, this is what it was like, you know, so people can check out like, do I really want to go? Because if you've never gone before, it's kind of like always like a big bet to go to a new show in terms of like, am I actually gonna have fun? Is it worth the money? Because, you know, going to a show is like, that's a big commitment, dude. To convince someone to go to a show, like even like you have to beg your friends sometimes, like, please come, because it's like, it's a lot, you know what I mean? Anyways, so I used to make all these story highlights, and like one video I saw was like when I filmed on my phone, was like someone gave it to me, but it was one of the homies, and like they just got off of work at Trader Joe's, so they still had like their work uniform on, and I forgot what's it called? That one, like, you know, like one of like the most common like anime club songs where it's like, oh, when you kiss me, I feel like I could fly. And like I saw this dude dead ass, like they were singing the song, and like in their like full work outfit was just like, and you kiss me, I could fly. And I was like, yo, he really jumped up and tried to fly. And I was like, this is the most adorable thing ever, dude. And I was like, that's one of the things about running a show, is that like when the show goes good, dude, you like, you know, you're just like, I just did so much good for someone's whole month, you know what I mean? Because like a show really can turn your whole like day around, dude. Like a good show. So yeah, I was like, man, I gotta go to more shows where I want to like start flying, you know what I mean? But all right, I think we're done for today. That's all the orders. How long have we been streaming for? It's been about 2.5 hours, perfectly on time. Let's go, cool. All right, I'll hang out for another like 10 minutes or so. And then I'll go eat this salmon because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. All right. Roses, good luck to all those packages. May the mailman have mercy. Yeah, so one thing that is funny about shipping out packages and stuff is I purposely like, when I go to different post offices to see which ones are the most busy, because the ones that are super busy, they're just like, you know, like, they just like, they don't care. But the ones that are kind of more chill, like the smaller, like neighborhood ones, I'll go to those more because then I know they're like, you know, they're more just like tired, like, and they just don't really, you know, they care slightly more because like there's not a reason for them to just throw a whole bag across the field, you know what I mean, or the building. So yeah, and you'd be surprised, like mail people, they be getting like hella stuff, like other like thankfully I'm not the only business, because sometimes I feel bad dropping off like, you know, 30 CDs at a time, like here you go, because some people, like there's a guy out here that runs a business called like Tasty Nuts or something, like so, it's like a joke, but it's like an actual like nut roasting company, and I see them drop off stuff. But Zaku says, damn, rip crowd surfing at Crystal. Yeah, like another funny thing is, like if you were in LA when I was still running Crystal, I like had a buddy whose like actual job is like filming, making like these like really amazing, beautiful cinematic like music festival videos. So like thankfully the first show did good enough that I was like, hey man, just all the money I made from the first show, I just gave it to him to make like the sickest video to run for like every ad for the show. And that one show, Zaku ended up crowd surfing. So it was like for 2 years straight. If you ever watched anything anime related in LA, you saw Zaku just like crowd surfing on Instagram. Because I was just, you know, everyone was trying to get people to know about the show. And people were always like, did anyone ever come up to you, Zaku, and was like, are you the crowd surfing guy? Hansa also, yeah, dude, thanks for hanging out, man. Hell yeah. Skyer says, salmon actually sounds pretty good right about now. Yeah, and it's hella good protein too. I think you're not supposed to eat it more than like too many times a week, but hey, salmon is hella good. And it's good for you too. I think I saw a thing that was like, eating fish like helps your brain out too. Get you some brain food, literally. One of my like dumb jokes I did at work once back when I was still doing software engineering, it's all like brain work, you know what I mean? So there was some like lactose-free milk, and then like for the same price you get the same lactose-free milk, but it was like, hey, this milk has this one random vitamin that has been proven in science to like help, you know, your brain work better. So I like emailed it to my boss and I was like, hey boss, if I buy this milk, can I compensate it? Because it'll make me better at my job. And he just laughed. He didn't say yes or no. He laughed at me. So at least I'm funny. That milk at least made me funny. At least it made me funny. But yeah. Y'all ever watch just super random, y'all ever watch the Danny Brown podcast? That's like, I'm not like a big podcast person, but like that's the one podcast I'll watch. And like I'm thinking about like low-key like yoinking some of the ideas from that. Because what I love is that they'll do this thing where they have like a topic wheel and they just spin it whenever it lands on you have to talk about. And some of the topics sometimes are just like so silly. And yo, Keck Shrek, thank you for the $10, dude. I appreciate it. Dude, for real. Yo, thank you. Yeah, man. I'll have a good night. You have a good night too. And I hope you get some good food. But yeah, really, it means a ton, dude. Thank you so much for the support, man. Like, for real. And I'm super stoked to keep streaming for you. This is a lot of fun. And yeah, what's it called? But yeah, Keck Shrek, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm like always so like I don't know, every time I open up Shopify and I see new orders too, I'm just like, oh, dude, people actually like my music. This is crazy. So yeah, Keck Shrek, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, but I think maybe at the end of the streams going forward, maybe I could get a little like topic wheel or something. So whatever's like, I just ask like AI or something like, give me like recent trending topics, and we could just like bullshit about it or something. But here, we'll end the stream after the song ends. How about that? Because I like this song a lot. I was actually worried about doing this song because it is very like R&B and like, it's more of like, honestly, this is kind of like very New Jeans inspired. I don't know if New Jeans just came back. That's like something. I don't know if y'all saw, but New Jeans is like my favorite K-pop artist. And here's the thing, my bad to bring up, I told myself not to bring up like stuff about like politics or race or something, but I just gotta throw it out there. As a black man myself, I think the black community, we love New Jeans. I remember going to like anime conventions and they would play New Jeans, and like I would notice all the other black people would be like, yo, fucking New Jeans, dude. I don't know why, but like that's like the K-pop artists for like black men. I don't know why, but super shy, dude, that's our shit. I mean, it's everyone's shit, but like I've just noticed going to shows, I'm like, But anyways, yeah, New Jeans just coming back. I guess they just figured out their thing with their label, so I'm super hyped for New Jeans to come back. I actually have like if you are in my Kaiju club, or the Monster Kingdom really, not to like tell people to go, but like, I mean, it's really actually in there, but I made a live edit of Bubblegum by New Jeans, which was one of like the last singles they released before they had a bunch of legal trouble. And like I used to play at shows and it was so fun, dude. Because it was like a future funk version of like a New Jeans R&B song. Anyways, I was nervous about running this song because it was so R&B-ish, and I was like, is this really gonna fit a future funk album? But then like everyone's been like, yo man, like Feelings for You is kind of the best song around like Reptar. I'm like, hey, let's go. But yeah, Hansel, you feel me? Yeah, it kind of don't matter, dude. Like it's just, you know, New Jeans is just good, dude. But it's just something I've noticed, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But Simple Hideo, I'm glad you like the idea of the topic wheel at the end of every stream. I'll try to figure that out. I'm trying to like, I purposely mostly just wanted to focus on this because I don't want to like, my computer's kind of old too. So not like old, but it's good enough to run FL Studio. But I was kind of like afraid of doing a bunch of like different stuff on it. But I'm sure I could figure out how to like get like a little like OBS browser source or something. I don't know what I'm doing. I just started streaming. But yeah, but I set up for that song. So if y'all don't mind, I'm probably gonna head out, get the salmon, and yeah, thanks for stopping by, y'all. I really, really appreciate it. And we'll come back here Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So this one started at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So whenever this started, you know, if it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, think 1 hour, 40 minutes ago. That's when we're starting on Sunday. And I'll probably be a little bit longer because the weekends when everyone's like, you know what? I'm trying to get some Groovy Kaiju merch. So I'll probably have a lot more orders to get through. But yeah, thanks y'all. Take it easy. Have a nice night and see you Sunday if you can make it. And yeah, have a nice rest of your week, guys. Peace. Take it easy.